tow. Hey Neil, you got any updates? Quite a few. We may be able to intercept the perp in the morning. That's fantastic news. Tell me more. I'll fill you in later. I'm on my way back to HQ now. Are you on the train already? No, I'm waiting at the station. Why? Because I've been racking my brain about how our guy got there. The side he entered the train station from is a dead end. It looks like there's a canal there and no space to park a car. I think he may have traveled by boat. By boat? Yes, I know it's strange, but there is a harbor on the other side of the train station. I'll have a look around, thank you. Wait, am I supposed to... Now what am I supposed to do? Go to the harbor. Where the frack's the harbor? I mean, the little thing with the anchor seems to indicate it's harbor. Sir, may I ask what you're doing in Lacuna Harbor? Don't think I've seen you before. Good evening, sir. I'm Neil Conrad, CDI. CDI? Holy moly, that's unexpected. My name's Harry Trupp. Harry Trupp. I'm with TSW. Can I help you? Could you take a look? Can I take a look around the harbor? I'm looking for a boat that could be important for my case. I'm sorry, but TSW only allows club members and registered guests down at the pier. What about law enforcement? Right. If you can tell me the ID of a specific boat you're investigating, I'm allowed to let you in. I see. Maybe I'll get back to you. We gotta figure out. We just we could just shoot him maybe? I don't know. Alright, well. We don't have the boat. We don't have the boat number. I'd like to ask you a couple more questions if that's alright. How long have you been working tonight? It was supposed to be my week off, actually. 3 o'clock this morning. I got a call. Boss telling me Greg feels sick. I had to fill in for him. So much for my vacation. Boss didn't even apologize. Did you see any incoming boats since you arrived? No boats since I got here. Seems like a quiet night. Do you know where your sick colleague is? I'd like to talk to him as well. Was already gone when I arrived, but I think he's at the restroom. I think he's at the restroom. Restroom, not like that. But the restroom at the Red Herring, I'm guessing. I guess he's not saying he's in the bathroom. I'm guessing he's not saying he's got a bad case of diarrhea. I'm guessing that's not what he's saying. Thank you. Can I talk to this guy? I want to talk to this guy, but I can't because he's down there and I'm up here. And they won't let me in. To get into the thing? Can I get into the thing? Really? You're saying it's jank? You know, I don't play a lot of games when they first come out. Although that one's been out for a little while. That one hasn't been out for like that one's been out for like a month, maybe. Hey, Neil. Hey, Sato. It's good to see you. The case really has me on edge. Yeah, me too. The chief wanted me to tell you that we invited... The chief wanted me to tell you that we invited 2 special guests. They're waiting for you in the conference room upstairs. Who? Why? The CEOs of Millex and Dyson Enterprises. Dyson? They had dinner with Fanny right before he was shot. Milex and Dyson, as in probably the biggest mining companies in the world? Honestly, you probably don't even need to say mining for that to be accurate. Holy shit, wish someone had told me earlier. I'm not exactly prepared for this. Sorry, I just got the word from the chief. That reminds me. He also wants to talk to you after you've questioned them. Alright, thanks for letting me know. Oh. Really? Combat heavy? That's interesting. Wasn't it Frogwares that made it? Like, Frogwares has basically a Sherlock Holmes, they make a lot of Sherlock Holmes games. Weird that it would be combat heavy. Good morning, gentlemen. I am Agent Neil Conrad. Good morning, Mr. Conrad. Abbott Dyson Enterprises. Good morning, Dan Kim Milex. Sorry to keep you waiting. Let me get right to the point, then. I have a busy day ahead of me. Let's get right to the point, then. I have a big day ahead of me. Ah, yes, of course. The 2 of you had dinner with Mr. Fanny last night, correct? Yes. And you're aware of what happened after he left? We were just told. It's terrible. It's a tragedy. Our upcoming negotiations with Fanny were of utmost importance to our relationship with Drovia, rather. Not that you had any real interest in negotiating. What are you implying? I'm not implying anything. I'm saying very clearly that you only stand to gain from this tragedy. With Fanny dead, any real hope for Drovian independence goes out the window. Which means we maintain the status quo where you already have all you want. That's preposterous. Was I or was I not at the negotiating table? If everything had been hunky-dory, I would have stayed on Mylon. That doesn't change the fact that the only ones who will suffer from this will, once again, be the Drovian people. Oh, come on. As if you give a damn about the Drovian people. The only aspect of Drovian independence you care about is your prospect of selling selenium to whoever you want. Okay, you're competitors. This is a difficult situation. I get it. I'm mostly interested in last night. Let me think. Did Fanny seem paranoid? Did Fanny seem strange last night? Maybe on edge or paranoid? No. But I'd never met him before, so I wouldn't know what he's normally like. What about you, Mr. Dyson? I knew him quite well. He traveled here from Drovia on the same ship. He behaved normally last night, I would say. I see. Let me think. Did he have any enemies? I mean, obviously that question is yes. Anyone who stands to gain from maintaining the status quo, I suppose. Oh yeah? Or maybe anyone who is happy that all of Drovia will be really riled up over this. There is no real chance they would have gotten their independence from these negotiations anyway. But maybe now they'll revolt and just take it. Ever thought about that? I don't think much about conspiracy theories, no. Nobody concrete. Maybe someone disgruntled or someone who overly threatened him. No, but to be fair, veiled threats are much more common in politics anyway. Any veiled threats then? None that I'm aware of. Me either. I see. What was that dinner about? If you don't mind me asking, why were you at dinner with him in the first place? The mining business is an important pillar of the system-wide economy. We talk to politicians sometimes. So it was a lobbying thing? And was it just the three of you? Just the three of us and our staff. I wouldn't say lobbying necessarily, really more of a social event. Of course, you sometimes talk business at those. I imagine you do, so were there important business things to talk about? We mostly save those for the trade summit, which I suppose will be cut short now without its protagonist. I see. Alright, thank you for your time. Could you give me your cell contacts? I might need to get back to you in case I have more questions. Why not? Of course, there you go. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. I guess we're done here. Talk to the chief. We're supposed to talk to the chief now. The chief. The chief. Where's the chief? Where's the chief? You're not the chief. Where's the chief? I don't know where he is. Where's the chief? Is he over here? He doesn't look like he's over here. Gotta find the chief. Oh, chief. Third floor. Third floor is chief. That's this floor, right? Yeah, this is the chief. He looks like a chief. Oh my god. He looks so much like a chief. Like he's like the stereotypical chief look. He's got the flat hair, the mustache. You know, he looks like a newspaper chief. He looks like he's gonna ask me to get him pictures of Spider-Man. Doesn't he? Agent Conrad, good morning. I need some pictures of Spider-Man. Good morning, Chief. Sato told me you wanted to talk to me. I do. Let's not beat around the bush. Agent Long informed me about your suspicion that a hostile power recently tried to get close to me. Do you have any reliable proof of this? I have some testimonies. That point to it. That is, if you were the client after all. I found a girl named Leela tied up in her apartment. She works for the Lotus Escort Agency. She was going to meet a man named Liam Campbell 2 days ago. And that's why I thought, I'll save you the headache. Yes, I am the client. What makes you think a hostile agent was involved? It seems like the woman who paid you a visit wasn't the real escort. She had a procedure done to look very similar to her. She also seems to be in contact with Fanny's murderer. We have a recording of their conversation. It seems probable that she tried to take advantage of your connection to the escort agency. I see. Any ideas what her objective might be? Did you notice anything suspicious when you met her? Nothing comes to mind. She didn't seem particularly interested in my professional life. He doesn't have a peace pipe or a peace pipe. Did anything go missing since she visited you? It sounds like you already have a suspicion. Out with it. The fake escort talked about some data she stole. I think from you. Is that what the sniper is going to hand over at Joris Plaza? Exactly. I don't have any relevant data at home, except on my cell, of course. Maybe she got a chance to access your cell without you noticing. I will talk about that with my superiors. I understand. Look, sir, I can't help but notice that you are I cannot help that you are dissatisfied with my decision to talk to Agent Long about your involvement. I was following the chain O command. The chain O command. I should have called you first. I admit that I could have called you first. At the time, I thought I was doing the right thing. Agent Long is my immediate superior, so I reported to him first. This has been a rough night for all of us. One more thing, Conrad. You didn't talk to a girl named Sheila Nowak, did you? I did. She wanted to know if you were alright. Might want to give her a call. Is she okay? Yeah, she's fine. Looks like she finally has all the money she needs to go to university. That's good to hear. We have to focus on the sniper now. The handover is taking place in less than 3 hours. Let's get down to the mission briefing. They're waiting for us. How was it talking to those two CEOs? They don't seem to like each other very much. What did you expect? Top mining guy from Drovia and top mining guy from Gara? They're probably mortal enemies. I expected them to be less open about it. You'd think that rich and influential folks would be more reserved. But the truth is, many of them are the most brazen, least classy individuals in the system. Now that we're complete, let's recap what we found out so far. Our suspect goes by Diaz, but his real name seems to be Bjoit. He is still at large. He shot Fanny around 1:39 this morning for the top floor of the Sakura Hotel. We do not know how Boyd escaped from the hotel, but his ID turned up a while later near Matuna Harbor. I don't know. It's just got, like, it's an open design. We suspect that he got there by boat. But we don't have proof of that yet. We're waiting for a warrant to search the harbor. Then he paid a visit to a woman. Then he paid a woman named Zora a visit. She seems to be involved in another scheme that might be linked to our case. Earlier this week, she attacked and tied up an escort girl named Leela Clark to temporarily assume her identity. She went to see an important client in her stead and stole some data from him. The sniper convinced her to give him the stick containing that data. He will pass it on to an unknown third party at George Park at 8:30. Our plan is to intervene and catch the sniper and his associates red-handed. We are going to place plainclothes agents in the cafes and snipers on the rooftops. The operation will be overseen by Agent Kumar, head of the response team. Conrad and I will be watching from the sidelines, ready to go in if needed. George Plaza is a popular place with lots of breakfast joints. It will be swarming with people. Breakfast. We have to be very careful not to endanger any civilians. Questions? How will we identify the sniper? Conrad has been collecting data on what he looks like. We have to rely on that. Do we have any details on the woman the sniper visited? Not really. She was surprised to see our perp. It seems like the meeting wasn't part of their original plan. We're not sure if he lied to her to get the stick. If so, it's possible that he's not planning on taking it to the handover at all. Alrighty then, Conrad. Go ahead and submit the sheet on what the sniper looks like. Take your time to go over all your logs and evidence again. We only have one chance to get this right. Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure he has a cut arm. But I'm not 100% sure about his hair color now. Like, if you remember, the pianist, said red. He said he was a redhead, but he was also the one that sabotaged the thing. So he may even be the sniper for all we know. Oh, actually, I don't think he was because of his ID tag. Actually. Man. I guess we'll go over the clues. Floor plan. Oh man, we didn't find a whole lot of stuff here. Look at all the stuff we didn't find. I don't know. I'm gonna read. What the hell happened to your arm? Alright, I think he probably does have red hair. Because the cut arm is right here, and he got rid of the case. And it was a violin case, which is what the other guy said. So, I'm actually convinced he was probably telling the truth about what he looked like. Let's see if we can find the logs of the pianist. That was a while ago. That was quite a while ago. Redhead with a beard. So do we assume his beard is red as well? I mean, I would think if he was a redhead, he'd have a red beard also, right? I mean, it wouldn't make sense. Yeah, I think it's redhead with a beard. We're gonna go redhead with beard. With a red beard. Got the sheet forwarded to Ancient Kumar now. Let's get ready. Okay. His neighbor said redhead too. I didn't remember reading that, but maybe you're right. Maybe I seem to remember that being it was corroborated. T-minus 90 seconds. Damn, it's more crowded out here than I had expected. Possible target from entrance C, now in fountain, still alone. I don't think our snipers would get a clear shot. Let's hope we don't need them. Did you ever tell you the story of how I joined the CDI? Yeah, you saved Mayor Glover's life when they were still policemen. I wasn't on duty that day, but when I saw that guy pull out a gun, I didn't hesitate. That's what landed me a job at the CDI. Shit, I was so nervous when the chief invited me for an interview. Nothing had gotten me that nervous again in the 15 years since until today. If we don't book this guy today, someone will have to take the fall for Fanny's murder, and we are first in line. We'll find out soon enough. I've always wanted to join the CDI, and it seemed like last ship had sailed already. Let's go down now. Let's go. It's going down now. Okay, what are we doing? Are we just like standing here or what? Uh-oh. Person in interest B looks like a very close match. Copy, Unit Beta, go after him. He's headed toward the fountain. Can I get an audio feed? Whoa. Not close enough yet, picking up the pace. He seems to be moving toward the man sitting right ahead. They're shaking hands, very likely to be the accomplice. Alright, Beta, move in and make the arrest. Get the suspect and his accomplice. Be discreet. Don't make more noise than you need to. I think they noticed you. Uh-oh. Someone else get up to the cafe south of the fountain. Shit, they're making a run for it. Maybe we had the wrong target. Alpha, stop them. Go, go, go. Watch out, gun. Oh, damn it. I think he went up here. Where are we going? Shit. I didn't see where he went. I didn't see where the guy went. I guess he just went this way. Where are we going? Oh, we got him. Okay, where are we going? Where the hell are we going? We got him. What the hell happened? Did we get the wrong guy? We started arresting the guy you described as the fountain, but then someone in this cafe got spooked and started to make a run for it. I happened to be standing nearby and went after him. When I got closer, his accomplice pulled a gun on me. Things got messy. We got them both, but Agent Reed also caught a bullet. Medics, move your asses out over there. Stat! We got 3 wounded, 1 agent and 2 suspects. Units surrounding the area, keep an eye on the crowds. Did we mess up? I don't know if we messed up or not. They just said discreet when they meant discreet. Lock down the area, but make sure not to cause more panic. Conrad! I don't have to tell you that this didn't go over well at all. How was I supposed to know that? I'm not sure what exactly happened.
Once the adrenaline had worn off, the uncomfortable train seat and glaring sunlight were the only things stopping me from falling asleep. My implants had been injecting me with a substance keeping me alert and focused all night, and now I came crashing down hard. I seemed to remember glances from the people around me. I wondered if there was blood on my clothes, but I couldn't be bothered to check. Agent Reed had been transported off in an ambulance. He had lost a lot of blood and was going in and out of consciousness. The projectile had pierced his vest somehow. I couldn't help but feel like this wouldn't have happened if I had submitted an accurate description of the sniper. At least we caught him and his associate. Whether dead or alive remained to be seen. I wondered if this was the beginning of the end of the case, or just its beginning. I finally got up at my stop and left the train, only to suddenly wake up in my seat again and realize it had been a dream. I decided to stand next to the door for the rest of the ride.
I don't know how you're supposed to get a more accurate description. I don't know how we messed that up. It's all we had to go by.
A cool breeze cut into the train cart and through the haze of fatigue when the doors opened. I considered visiting Kat, suddenly feeling an urge to inhale the woody, slightly dusty air in our old apartment. Kat had filled it with what she affectionately called real things. She loved leather, cloth, paper, and plants, and hated the clean metallic surfaces at my apartment. Sometimes I did too.
I think Roy also had kindergarten to the incentive queue. Where are we going? I don't like not knowing where I'm going. That's one thing that bothers me about this game. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going, so apparently not this way. I think we've watched the trailer for it before. I think. Oh, hi, Neil. What are you doing here? I just wanted to say hello to Laura. Really? Who are you? It's nice to see you too. Sorry, I'm just surprised. Laura's still asleep upstairs. I couldn't wake her up. I wouldn't wake her up if I were you. A late riser, just like her mom? Or like every teenager ever? Fair enough. You want coffee? No thanks, I'm actually headed to bed. I'm just coming back from work. It's been a long night. Oh, that's rough. Wait. You didn't have anything to do with that shootout that's all over the news right now, did you? Actually, I did, but it was practically over by the time I got there. Oh my god, are you okay? They wouldn't have let me go if I had caught a bullet. You don't say. I mean, are you emotionally okay? Was I ever? Okay, I get it. I don't want to you don't want to talk about it. No, it's fine. Sorry, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. What was the whole thing about anyway? I can't tell you. I can't tell you, but you'll hear about it in the news soon enough. Okay, well, I'm glad you're back in one piece. I have to catch the next train if I don't want to be late for work. But if you want, you can stick around until Laura wakes up. We both know that's not going to happen for another hour. True. Well, you can stop by later if you want. I gotta run now. Hold on, one more thing. Laura wants to go to a party at one of her classmates' place tonight. I'm not sure if I should let her. She's only 14, but I feel like she has a hard time connecting with her peers, so this could be a good thing. What do you think? Let her go. Let her have some fun. Laura's very mature for her age. I'm sure she'll take care of herself. Yeah, you're probably right. I shouldn't be so anxious. See you, Neil. Please don't get yourself shot. Well, thanks for caring. I guess I didn't have to go there. Let's get the latest news so we can not read it. Hey, wait a minute. Huh? I know you. You're the guy who came to our flat yesterday. You told that old scumbag to leave my sister alone. I did. That was really nice of you, man. Didn't think you uppers would help out a Savient. She left this morning, chasing her dream. Thought I could help. I have to get home now. Have a nice day. Sure. Thanks, you too. Where's my house? Right here? Okay. can just walk by this dude. Okay. Just walk by the dude. I thought he was in my way, but he's not.
I got into the elevator and leaned against a wall.
Oh.
I was so tired in that moment
Better
that my
lean against the
reflex of
wall.
emotional repression whenever I saw Kat didn't seem to work anymore. It hit me with an unusual clarity that, even a decade after it had ended, I hadn't ever fully let go of her. I wasn't sure what to make of it, whether to be happy or to finally push myself to it. I concluded that I would probably just go back to repressing it altogether.
Hey Horace, how's it going? We can't feed Horace apparently. We can only pet or I guess we're going to bed, right? We're going to bed. Still not quite sure how we were supposed to get an accurate description. Maybe we just didn't do everything we needed to do. Maybe there was more stuff to do, more clues to find.
Waking up in the early evening was disorienting. I sat up on my bed and allowed the memories from the previous night to pour back in. Fanny's body, the hotel, Lila, the shootout. I tried to put it all in an order that made sense and got on my way back to work. A hint of the good mood that had overcome me outside of the villa returned. Once again, it stemmed from what had made me join the CDI many years ago. The feeling of doing something instead of taking a back seat and waiting for death. There was a time when a lack of purpose threatened to consume me, lurking underneath meaningless daily routines and self-doubt sabotaging everything I did. Walking among the people outside, I felt even more alienated than usual. It was like they lived in another reality. Many were just getting out of work, looking to do some shopping, meet a friend, have a drink. Maybe I would find my way back to that reality one day. I wanted to, yet at the same time hated the thought of it.
Thought of it sucks! So I ate a lot of food today. I'm gonna eat a lot of food tomorrow too. I'm going to my parents' house. There's gonna be a lot of people there, like a decent number. I believe they're all vaccinated though, so should be fine. The giants are talking. Wow. The news still hasn't hit that he's dead. That's amazing. No wait, we can stop in there. Let's do that. Let's stop in here. We can't stop in there. No, we can't actually stop in there. All right, well, okay. We cannot stop in there. We have so many leftovers. Oh my gosh, so many. Wait, what's happening? Here it is. The news is about to hit. I think, maybe. Hello, fellow citizens. We are the liberators, defenders of progress, freedom, and reason. These values have been integral to our society for centuries. But lately, they have increasingly come under threat. religious radicals, calling themselves the Savient Front, are aiming to establish a theocratic government on Drovia. The Savient faith is based on superstition and rejects science, to the point where it endangers the lives of everyone under its thumb. We all saw 4 decades ago what happens when a Savient state is left to its own devices. We can't let history repeat itself. We demand President Robertson end this madness now. Put a stop to all independence talks and reinstate Bulgarian control. We remove the radical savant Joseph Fanny to get it started. If you do not start implementing measures to meet our demands, more Savient lives will be spent to protect stuff. The Savient population on Gara will be taken hostage. Until the Garian population on Drova is guaranteed its freedom, we must stand up for them if our government won't. Await our next move within 48 hours. It won't be as silent as the first one. Yeah-oh. Yeah-oh.
I have a feeling some bad stuff is about to go down.
Conrad, did you see that? Yeah. It was on all screens across the city. Come to headquarters immediately. Well, what do you know? That's exactly what I was doing. They are? They're making a sequel to that movie? I do have a gun in this game, but I haven't used it. I pulled it out a few times. I don't have a pull-out gun button. It just seems to happen. Go to your office, which is this way. Hey, is that Gary? Gary, what are you doing out here? Thinking. Strange how the city looks the same as always, as if nothing happened. But that's a good thing, right? Nah. Fucking liberators, ridiculous name. From whom are they liberating us? From a handful of superstitious lowers? Pathetic bullshit. Every single institution of this planet upholds the freedom of our people and their values. It's not like we're letting some religious fanatics take over the whole solar system. Somehow we don't know anything about those fuckers before everybody else. One more thing we missed. The fact that we messed up George Plaza doesn't help either. They had to put a sniper in a coma. The other guy's dead. It's gonna be hard to make progress with no one left to interrogate. Do we at least know who they are? We scanned them. The sniper's a complete ghost. He's got a fake ID right before he checked into the hotel. The other guy is a businessman from Drovia. His name is Abraham Gonzalez. He's the CEO of a company called Power Up. They manufacture Tellanium-based batteries. Both the guys and his company seem harmless, no criminal record. Strange. Why would someone from Drovia help an anti-Drovian terror organization? I have no clue. What about the woman? Any updates on her? Nothing so far. But we do have another lead. Sato is trying to find out where the announcement was broadcast from earlier. Maybe he's found out something already. Why don't you go inside and ask? He's in our office. I'll catch up with you in a minute. Will do. Did we secure that drive the sniper tried to hand over? Yeah. And what's on it? About that. The chief said the Attorney General seized it. She said she has to evaluate if we have the required clearance level. The Attorney General? Are you kidding me? That's a crucial piece of evidence. We need it. I suppose they'll let us in on it soon. There's no time to waste. We have to assume the next attack is less than 48 hours away. The higher-ups know what they're doing, you think? Let it go, Conrad. Go talk to the chief yourself if you have a problem. And one more thing. There's an article about Gonzalez's company in the news today. You might want to download it and have a look. Oh. Oh. I guess I got that article. Wait, that's not the article. No, that doesn't have anything to do with that. I need to get the latest news, apparently. Where do I get the latest news at? Was there a news download station over here? Maybe it's up here. Here it is. Here's one. Let's read the article. Power Up battles bankruptcy. It's no secret that the Drovia-based Power Up, one of the planet's most important battery producers, has been facing monetary difficulties for several months now. Technological developments over the last few years made tellurium the most efficient material to build high-performance batteries, overtaking lithium and others by far when it comes to battery life and weight. However, since Drovia is a Garen colony with no economic autonomy, Power Up doesn't have the right to buy its tellurium directly from the mining companies based on Drovia. The latter are forced to sell the resource to Gara, which in turn sells the tellurium to all companies processing the material, including those on Drovia. In light of this development, it has been increasingly difficult for non-Garian companies to keep prices competitive. This has put Power Up, like many others, in an increasingly difficult spot. It did not come as a surprise, therefore, when its CEO and founder, Abraham Gonzalez, publicly supported the cause of the Drovian fight for independence last week. As representative of the Association for Drovian Electrics Companies, he accompanied Minister Fanny on his business trip to Gara to defend the interests of his industry during the discussions between Drova and Gara. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe Fanny was gonna say something unexpected. Or maybe he was a fake. Maybe he was fake. Maybe he got his face replaced too. Maybe it was a fake Fanny. What do you think? We're gonna talk to the chief. Let's see if we can talk to the chief. That's not the chief. It's not the chief. The chief is down one. Attorney General, and you can rest assured that we know what we are doing. I don't question that, but the data is one of the most important pieces of evidence that we have right now. The Liberators said their next attack will take place in 48 hours. That's pretty damn soon. We really need to take into account everything we've got if we want to catch those guys in time. I already told you that the contents of the stick won't help you find them. How can you say that? Having a better idea of your enemy's motivation is always important. And you know that? And you know that. You yourself were the director of the CDI for over a decade. Liam, please. I've got a lot on my plate right now. I don't have time to discuss this over and over again. The data is about something that happened during your time at the CDI, isn't it? What are you talking about? I looked at my cell's history and saw which folder that woman navigated to. I don't have the access rights, but I'd really like to know what is in there. There's a lot going on in 1800. Let me be clear, Liam. I can't work with a chief who doesn't trust my judgment and questions my orders. We've been doing this for a long time, Emilia. I deeply respect everything you have done for the Garen state, but as a CDI chief, I see it as my duty to protect all Garen citizens, and I'm sure that's in your best interest as well. I don't have time for this now. I'll let you know what the next steps are going to be. Alright, now I can go in. Good evening, Chief. Agent Conrad, how can I help you? What's the Attorney General doing here? We had a little discussion about our plan of action. Nothing you have to worry about. Was it about the data? Honestly, I don't understand why parts of the puzzle are being kept from us. That makes no sense. I agree. Listen, Conrad, I'm currently trying to find out what that data is about and why we don't get access. Don't you have a suspicion at least? You know what was on your cell when it was accessed? The data was on the CDI network, and apparently it was something I don't normally have access to. Until I know what exactly they're looking at, I'd like to ask you to respect the chain O command. I'm getting an important call any second. We can talk later. Okay. My objectives are updated. What are my objectives? I got an email. Mr. Conrad. An update is available for the following body enhancements: eyes plus, thighs plus, chest plus. Please make sure to download and install the latest update firmware from your website within the next 10 days. I need to update my body firmware. It's, definitely. Evening, Neil. Hey, Sato, what's going on? I'm not gonna lie, that video was a little upsetting. I mean, I know that my religion is strange to some people on Gara, but an anti-Savian terror group? That's something else. We'd like to contact you about your extended warranty. I don't know if I want to update my stuff. After that thing, I don't know if I want to update my stuff, you know? That seems like a bad idea. Like, updating my stuff seems like it might be bad. Should I be worried about wearing my scarf in public now? I think those people are idiots, and I'm sure the vast majority of Garians agree with me. I know. Hey, I also have some good news. I found out where the Liberators video is broadcast from. It's a company called AdSpot. They own most of the billboards in the city. You want an ad played? You go there. I took a shot in the dark and checked out ongoing police operations in the center. And what do you know? Someone at AdSpot made an emergency call last night. Apparently an intruder forced their way into the server room and gained access to a computer. I made contact with the local police department. They sent 2 officers to secure the scene and are waiting for you to come have a look. Fast as lightning, Sato. Good work. Well done, Comrade and I will go to AdSpot and have a look around. We really need to get ahead of this one and prevent another attack. Why don't you follow up some leads while we're gone? Trace the perp's payment to the hotel as well as the mysterious transaction to the escort. And maybe we can find out where the sniper's accomplice got her face changed. Conrad, I'm taking off from the roof. Want to hitch a ride? You know I don't. Well, as for the trial, I'll meet you at AdSpot then. I need some fresh air. I'll come with you, Gary. Why are we so against getting a ride? Like, why are we so anti? We're anti-flying car. We seem to be anti-flying car. Like, what's up with that? Yeah. It could be Gary's station radio. That is true. Maybe we just love the train. Man, I don't really want to get on there, but I guess I will.
During the train ride, every screen in the city had been playing news reports about the Liberators' announcement. They were the first violent domestic terror group with a political motive in recent Garian history. But there was something else that struck me about them. This wasn't the usual MO of a conservative group trying to maintain the status quo. It felt much more like revolutionaries hoping to effect change by resorting to drastic measures.
Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. Not this way. Ad spot, this way. It says right there, that way. Whoa, what's this? There's a lot more glass line outside than inside. That's actually weird. That's actually legit weird. Officer Wong, and he seems pretty nervous about his boss. Hey Conrad, this is Officer Wong, my colleague, Neil Conrad. Thank you for filling me in, officer. We'll take it from here. Conrad, the security guard who called the police is still inside. Let's talk to him. He works for a security firm named Cox that was contracted by AdSpot to monitor their offices at night. I already informed CEO Albert Cox about the intrusion, or rather his secretary. She told me he's been at a business meal since 1730. But she said she's asked him to return to the office for questioning soon. First, let's hear what the guard has to say. Officer Wong never gets it right. I'm not panicking. You are being careless. I want you to promise me that you stay home today, okay? Oh, the officers are here. I'll call you back later. Good evening, Mr. Brown. We have to ask you a few questions. Officers, I really don't understand how it happened. I was just getting a coffee in here, and then, I can't have an eye on all the rooms at the same time, right? It wasn't my fault. Calm down, sir. We're not accusing you of anything. My boss won't be happy at all when he hears about this. Could you tell us what happened from the start? The broadcast began at 1800. Where were you at the time? As I said, I had left my post at the front desk for a short break, and I was having a coffee in here. I heard the sound of shattering glass. I ran looking for the noise. When I arrived in the server room, I saw the broken window and the video playing on the screen. I stopped the broadcast as quickly as I could, but it all just took a few seconds. Hold on. They managed to climb in, log into the computer, and start that video within a few seconds? It seems that way. Did you see anyone when you entered the server room? No, it was empty. I went to look outside, but they were already gone. So to be clear, the video could have only played for a few seconds. No more than 10. And if you stop it here, it immediately stops everywhere? Yeah, the screens across the city just mirror the ones in here. Look, my boss will say it's all my fault, but I swear to you, Okay, thank you. That's all for now, Conrad. I'm sending a sheet to your cell. Have a look around and see if you can find out who started that broadcast. This guy's a suspect. I'm telling you, this guy, I don't know about him. Got a new message. A new message is waiting for you on the Dating Elite. Make sure to check it soon. Ooh, Dating Elite. The broadcast was started by Brown, Cox, Moore, or Chin. Okay. Wait, no, I can't go that way. This must be the computer they used to broadcast the video. It looks like someone smashed the server room window. So that implies they smashed it from in here. Almost like... So, two things. Either they were in here before, like the guy knew, or he smashed the window to make it look like someone was in here, and it was a break-in. and he was just careless. You know? Hey Saito, could you do me a favor? Of course, shoot. There's a presence sensor at the entrance of AdSpot's server room. Any chance you could pull its data from around the time the broadcast was started? Give me a sec, I'll check. I got access, but the sensor doesn't store any names. However, I could provide you with a list of every time someone passed through the door around 18 o'clock. Great, that could be helpful. Alright, sending it to you now. Remember that the sensor reacts every time someone uses the door, no matter if they're going in or out. Gotcha, talk to you later. Alright, we got an email. So we have entries at 1756, 1801, and 1802. So somebody went... Okay. That's interesting, in my opinion. I have more to talk to this guy about, I think. Excuse me, Mr. Brown. Anything else you want to know? What's your relationship with your boss? Honestly, I can't say he likes me. I think he's been looking for a reason to fire me for a while. I think I only got the job because one of his top men vouched for me. I see. Anything else you want to know? About tonight. Did you leave the building at any time? Only one time, when I went looking for the intruder, and I came right back. Did anyone enter the building except for you? Just me and whoever started the broadcast. Can I go home soon? My wife's a savant, and after that video today, I'm afraid you'll have to stay a little longer and help us find the people behind all of this. I feel better if I was with her. Called her earlier and told her to stay home, but she wouldn't listen. I see. That's all for now. I can sit down there. Whoa. Okay. Security services between at 8:02 and 8:04. Interesting. I find that interesting because do we have any more info? I mean, is this it? Is this all we've got? There's got to be more to find. Oh wait, we have more info. We have about those door cards. I saw that you use a door card to enter and exit the building. Yeah, Cox has 2 door cards for AdSpot. This one and the other one locked in a locker at our office. Only our boss, me, and the other guard assigned to AdSpot can open it. We're not personalized or anything. We just grab one at HQ before we come here. Who is the other guard? His name is James Moore. He's been working for the boss for a long time. We alternate shifts here at AdSpot. Today's my turn. I see. That's all for now. That's all we've got. That's it. That's it? The heck? We don't have enough information to go on. Do we? Do we have enough information to go on? I mean, really? I don't feel like we have enough information to go on here. Like 802 and 804. But they don't show the names of the Cox security people. That's the problem. We do see that see, Chin came in at 6:06 and left at 16:55. And the Cox Security Services came in at 5 or 1700. Then left, came back. Left, came here, left, came back, and left? Doesn't make any sense. There's only 4 entries, so this would be in, out, in, out. It's a little bit suspicious now, isn't it? And if we go to our emails and we check the presence detector, we see an entry at 1756. We see an entry at 1756. 1801 and 1802. And here we see 1700 or 1755, which is right before the entry. We have one at 1802. We have one at 1804. All right, let's look at more of my logs here. He left the building one time when he went looking for the intruder. And he said he came right back in. So, if that's true, then we've got this. If that's true, then he was the one at 802 and the A1 at 804, right? This is him coming in, this is him going out, and this is him coming in, and the 1755 is whoever did it coming in. So the 1755 is somebody coming in, and then they left through the window. That's what I think. 1755 is somebody leaving through the window. They came in, but they didn't leave because they left through the window. Okay. Which would make sense. But who was it? So if it wasn't, it was either Moore or Cox who did it. But which one? How are we supposed to know that? Like, here's the 1755. 1755. They come in the building. 1756, they enter the server room. They do their thing. They break a window. They leave. At 1801, he comes into the building. Or the guard comes into the guard comes into the server room. He doesn't see anybody there. He looks around for a little bit. He leaves a minute later. Then 2 minutes later, or no, right after he leaves, he goes out, which is the same time, 1802, looks around for about 2 minutes, and comes back 2 minutes later. That all makes sense. It all. So we have a mystery person who has access to a key card. I'm coming in, doing the thing, breaking the window, leaving through the window. But who is it? He says his boss, him, and the other guard assigned to add spot can open it. Who is his boss? Do we know who his boss is? No. We don't know who his boss is. So I think it's Moore. I'm pretty sure it's Moore. I'm pretty sure it's Moore. Pretends the CEO of AdSpot. Right? And maybe Cox is maybe the CEO of I don't think Cox would be his boss though, right? I mean, the only thing we have on... I don't know. I feel like we don't have enough information to answer this question. Like he said, looking for an intruder, da, 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 da. What's your relationship with your boss? Honestly, I'd say I can't say he likes me. I think he's been looking for a reason to fire me for a while. I think I only got the job because one of his top men vouched for me. Man. I mean, it's either Moore or Cox who did it. We don't know who. Like we just don't know. We can't figure that out from the evidence, I don't think. Can we? Let's listen to this one. The broadcast began around 1800. Where were you at the time? I just don't know. They both had access to the card. Oh, here we go. He's been in a business meal since 1730. There you go. There's your clue it's not him. He's been in a business meal. He has an alibi. He has an alibi for 1730 and beyond in the broadcast that this happened at 1755. So it couldn't have been him. All right. So we know it's more. I took a look at the broken remnants. There's a lot of glass lying and there's a lot more glass lying outside than inside. I'm pretty sure that it was smashed from the inside, not the outside. You're saying they broke the window to get out, not in? Exactly. I think that whoever started that broadcast walked in through the front door, played the video, smashed the window, climbed through it, and ran away. Why break the window at all then? Probably to conceal the real way they got in. Or our perp entered through the front door. If our perp entered through the front door, they must possess an AdSpot door card. That leaves us with a limited circle of suspects apart from the employees of AdSpot. 3 people from Cox Security have access to door cards, as well as Cox himself, Brown, and his colleague Moore. Moore works here as well. He and Brown take turns in surveilling the facility. Any idea which of them started the video? Yeah, someone with a Cox Security door card entered the building in 1755, shortly before the broadcast began. That is true. It can't have been Brown. He passed by the door 3 times since he arrived, which places him inside. Couldn't he have climbed back through the broken window to avoid the scanner at the door? No, that's evident from the data at the server room door. Sato pulled it for me. There's another scanner there. Only 2 other people have access to Cox's door cards, James Moore and their boss. Cox has been in a business meal since 1730, so Moore is the only suspect left. Yeah, that's exactly what we got. Good work, Conrad. I'll send a unit to arrest him immediately. You and I should pay his boss a visit and see what he has to say. Should be back at the office by now. I'll send you Cox's address. Get to the train. I'll meet you there. Roger that. All right. We're a genius. We're a freaking genius. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hello, Sato. Neil, good news. I managed to crack the cell of that businessman, Abraham Gonzalez. I found a deleted message that is extremely interesting. Seems like someone hired him to fetch the data module on Guerra. And here's the kicker. The message was sent from the Mercurius Network. The what now? The Mercurius Network is only accessible to really big companies. They have to be publicly traded and count more than 10,000 employees. What's more, the message was sent via a highly encrypted channel of the network. Those are exclusively accessible to high-ranking executives. This means that whoever sent this message to Gonzalez is someone high up at a big company. Not just high up, it practically has to be the CEO. Good job, Sato. Sounds like a solid lead. I'll forward you the message and a list of all companies in the solar system that match the criteria. I'll also open a sheet about who is behind the Liberators. Oh, and one more thing. I also managed to extract a message from the sniper's cell. Looks like he sent it to the woman who stole the data from our chief. You may want to have a look at it as well. I forwarded it to your cell. Copy that. Talk to you later. Alright. We got a new sheet. Liberators. The name of the company behind the Liberators is blank. They are based on blank. They belong to the blank sector and specialize in blank. Wow. We've got a bunch of options here. Okay. List of companies. Here's the list of companies. all of these. Well, I mean, at least once we figure out the company, we can figure out all the other stuff. I mean, seems kind of pointless to have that whole thing. Once we know the company, I guess this is probably gonna be a lot. This is probably gonna be, we're gonna get one piece of information, like they were on Drovia, or their sector was this, or their specialty was this, or whatever. We might end up with a giant logic puzzle for this one. Like, they were in the mining sector, but didn't have to deal with palladium crystals or whatever, you know. You know how those puzzles work. Our deal. This is a Dear Gonzalez, as promised, I am sending you more detailed instructions on your mission. On 1840-05-04 at 8:30 in the morning, you will wait for your contact person at the big fountain in George Plaza. She will hand you a data stick, and you will take with you when you leave the planet in the evening. As soon as you have left the Garen network, you will be provided with an exact address to send the data to. As agreed, you are strictly forbidden from asking questions or trying to find out what the data is about. Discretion is of utmost importance for your mission. As soon as the module is in my possession, the agreed upon fee will be transferred to your bank account. Sincerely. We have another one. Zora. You probably figured out now that I lied to you about the Williams asking me to take care of the handover. Pretty sure you're mad as hell, and I'm sorry for that. Thing is, I have a bad feeling about this whole mission, and I really couldn't stand it if you got hurt. We promised each other that this was the last job we would accept, and that we would get all of it. We would get out of it all afterwards. However, over the last few days, I realized that going back to normal after all these years scares the shit out of me. I'm not like you. What I'm trying to say is, if I don't get out of this, I want you to quit nonetheless and do what we were planning to do. I'm sure it will make you happy, maybe not immediately, but surely after a while. If everything goes as planned, I'll be with you in no time, and I'm sure I'll find a way to get used to normal life. If it doesn't, don't look back, and don't come looking for me. Isn't Voight dead? Alright, we read that stuff. Not really relevant to our current case, but... I'm gonna be over here. Looks like there's more room to stand. Wait, where are we going now? I don't know. Where are we? Oh, we're at the market. We're at a market. Wait, weren't we already here? Have we already been here? Or is this a new place that we haven't been before? I don't know. Well, apparently Mr. Happy. Damn it! Why do you keep calling me? Hey, Gary. Conrad, I'm having car troubles, but I'll be there soon. Car troubles, huh? Save it, Conrad. This is literally the first time you got somewhere faster than me. While you're waiting, you could swing by the restaurant where Cox presumably had dinner and check his alibi. We asked for them to send over tonight's surveillance footage. They said their camera is unfortunately broken right now. Seems to be one of those locations where privacy is part of the service. The restaurant is on the layer above Cox's office in the train station. Go upstairs and take a left. You could have a chat with his wife if she's still there. Her name is Yvonne Cox. Roger that. See you in a bit. I'll give you a call when I have an ETA. Wait, where is it? Take a left? What did he say? It's above? It's above? Did he say it was above? It's on the layer above Cox's office. Okay. So this is Cox security, which I can't get in. Okay. So I guess I want to go this. Wait. Oh, that's stairs up. I want to go this way. And then go up. Go up some more. Go this way. Ah, here it is. Good evening, sir. Do you have a reservation? Evening. I'd love to talk to Yvonne Cox. Is she here? I must ask, is she expecting you? Not really, no. I'm sorry, but I can only let you in as part of a reservation. Neil Conrad, CDI. Would you please lead me to Miss Cox? Would you please follow me? Sir? And that's why it's vital that we keep negotiating with them, no matter what Albert says. Miss Cox? Yes? Who are you? Neil Conrad, CDI. Sorry to interrupt you, but I'd like to ask you a few questions. CDI? What did I do to deserve your attention? It's about your husband, actually. Ah, well, excuse me, Mr. Conrad. Jacqueline Hendricks, attorney at law. Mrs. Cox is my client. You realize that she is not obligated to give you any information about. It's okay, Jacqueline. Let's talk, Mr. Conrad. Would you mind if we stepped outside? I need some fresh air. Going without the lawyer. Jacqueline is a little overprotective sometimes. That's how you know a lawyer is worth their salt. You said it was about Albert. What is it about? What is it you want to ask me? I was wondering if you could tell me where your husband was around 6 o'clock tonight. We met here with Jacqueline at 17:30, which is what we were told, and discussed some business decisions over dinner. About half an hour ago, Albert got a phone call and excused himself. That was us. Sorry for interrupting your dinner. Did Mr. Cox act strange in any way over the last few days? I have no idea. Last time I saw him before tonight must have been 2 weeks ago. Albert and I don't live together anymore. We have all but separated. You're getting a divorce? Maybe. It would be very complicated for our businesses. I see. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for taking the time. God. Gary, what's up? I'll be there in 10 minutes. What about you? Did you talk to the wife? Yeah, she corroborates his alibi. Do you believe her? I didn't have the impression she'd lie to protect him. Their marriage is apparently more of a pragmatic arrangement at this point. I see. Listen, I got bad news. Moore's not home. He's on holiday, according to his wife. She said he went to, Manami Tree Resort. We're currently trying to confirm this and get a hold of him. Why don't you go talk to Moore's wife? See if you buy that story. Sato says you're very close by. Move up a layer or two and make a right to leave the market. You should find her apartment there. Come back to Cox's office when you're done. Right near the train station. I'll be there in 10. Oh my god.
On my way up to Moore's apartment, I walked through aromatic clouds of fried rice, fish, and mystery meat. I'd been down to Paloon Market once before.
Mystery meat.
It almost surprised me to see that none of the platforms had collapsed in the years since. People were still selling the same junk, some of it probably stolen halfway across the planet.
Mystery meat. If you had a menu with mystery meat, would you order it? Would you order mystery meat on a menu? Anybody home? Who's there? Agent Neil Conrad, CDI. I already talked to your colleagues. I know, I'm sorry to bother you once more. You said that your husband went on a vacation, is that correct? It's fine. Yeah, it's probably fine. Why don't you come in? Can I see your badge? Of course. James went to Menominee Tree Resort. His flight left last night after work. Is there any way to contact him? He left his cell here because he wanted some peace and quiet. What exactly do you want from him? I hope he's not in trouble. Why would you say that? Does he get in trouble a lot? No, not lately. Would everyone be worried about Wouldn't everyone be worried about the CDI knocking on their door? Not lately. Does your husband have a criminal record? He made some mistakes years ago and he did his time for it. What did he do? His boss asked him to make a delivery of illegal substances. James got caught and his boss said he knew nothing about it. Who was his boss at the time? Not Mr. Cox, I suppose. Oh, it was Cox, all right. James was in prison for almost a year and went right back to working for him. He didn't hold a grudge at all? Let's say he didn't have much of a choice. It's hard enough finding a job nowadays, even more so with a criminal record. Thank you, Miss Moore. That's all for now. If your husband gets in touch, tell him to contact me. Here's my cell info. Do you mind if I have a quick look around? Look around? Why not? Please, don't make a mess. Okay, we can search. A single plate in the sink. Looks like she had dinner alone. Alright. What did I just get? We got this. Wait, did we just get a news article? Negotiations of the Hope scandal finally came to a close last Monday when Milex Mining had made negative headlines almost 16 years ago, when hundreds of employees filed a class action lawsuit against the mining giant. Many of them suffered permanent lung damage after allegedly having been exposed to harmful gases over prolonged periods of time in the mining chamber dubbed Hope on Themis. A long, slow, and expensive back and forth of appeals followed until last week when an independent court finally ruled that the company would not be held accountable and did not have to compensate the alleged victims. The conclusion is viewed by many as a great failure of the federal justice system. Neither the mining lobby's system-wide influence nor the Federation's interest in Milex's economic success are a secret, leading many to openly question the integrity of the court's decision. Charges against Cox Security. Last week, a delivery van belonging to the company Cox Security was stopped as part of a routine traffic control. The police found an undisclosed amount of mind-altering substances stowed away under the loading area and arrested the driver on the spot. Facing charges of drug trafficking, the CEO of Cox Security has denied any involvement, claiming the driver was acting on his own accord. If the driver admits fault, he is looking for up to 1 year in prison. Okay, so I guess we got the headline there, the news story. Oh, okay. I downloaded those. A highly addictive substance used in lung disease treatment. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. I'm seeing what's happening now. Well, can I say thanks? Oh, wait, I can talk to her again. Excuse me, miss. I have another question. Why did you frame those 2 news articles? They're important to James and me. They remind us of things we shouldn't forget. What things? I'm sorry, but it's really private. Could I ask you to leave now? I'm tired and need some rest. I see. Thank you. Alright. Whatever. Oh, I go down. Okay. Alright, now I need to go back to the building. God, Gary! Can't you just leave me alone for like 2 seconds? God! Gary just keeps bugging me. Jeez, Gary. Yeah, you said 10 minutes. You said we're gonna meet in 10 minutes, man. You can't just like leave me alone for like 2 seconds. Conrad, how did it go with Moore's wife? Well, she doesn't seem to know what her husband is up to. I took a look around the place, though. Good. We need all the information we can get. I'm also at Cox's building. Meet you there. I know! You already told me!
Oftentimes in our investigations, the obvious solution would turn out to be the right one. People usually acted in accordance with their interests and their emotions. Whoever we first thought did it, they often turned out to have done it. With Moore and everyone else we had met so far, it always felt that we were at least one step removed from the truth. Nothing about this case was obvious.
I want some mystery meat, please. Hey, there's Gary. Yeah, Gary's pretty clingy. Conrad, we need to go up there. Cox has probably been waiting for us this whole time. I thought you said you were already there. What are you doing here? You said you were at Cox's office. What's with the shabby building? I thought this was a big company. This is just one of their bases of operation, apparently. Listen, Conrad, I got a call from the Attorney General. She ordered us to arrest Cox. What? From the AG herself? Why? I thought we were just going to question him. Did you tell the AG that we don't suspect Cox of starting the broadcast? I did, but I guess there's been a change of plans. Why does she want to arrest him? She said we have strong reason to believe that he is part of the Liberators. Did she bother telling you that she is... Did she bother telling you what she is basing that on? No. No. We don't have time to waste here, Conrad. Let's go get him. Do you want to do the talking? I'll see if I can have a look around in the meantime. Sure. I don't think he's going to give us trouble, but keep on your toes. He's big in security business after all. A doorbell, very low tech. Good evening, Mr. Cox. I'm Agent Long, and this is my partner, Agent Conrad. Good evening. I'm sorry I don't have more chairs in here, because chairs are a rare commodity in this day and age. We've already determined that. Chairs are highly sought after, rare items. We'll stand. I heard there was a break-in on Mr. Brown's watch. I didn't expect this sort of slip-up from him. I apologize. We're not here for him, actually. Mr. Cox, you are under arrest. You are suspected of providing support for an interplanetary conspiracy. I see. Holy crap! They killed Gary! Shit, Gary! Put that gun down! Immediately! Get out of my way! You just shot a CDI agent. It's over, Mr. Cox. Oh, please. Don't overestimate your power. Shooting an agent starts an alarm. Causes a citywide alarm. They're already locking down the area. No, you're bluffing. I'm not. It's your last chance to surrender. Fuck you. You won't get anything from me. Ha! Our bluff worked. Take that, nerd. He's such a nerd. But he may have killed Gary. Put down your weapon and turn around. Well, he already put down his weapon. Put down your weapon and turn around to the wall. Police, drop your weapons right now. It's under control, officers. Stand down. I'm Neil Conrad, CDI. We're coming up. If we see a gun, we'll shoot. Listen to me. I'm CDI. My partner was shot and needs medical attention. Mr. Cox opened fire on us. We're coming in. No sudden movements. I will put away my gun if you keep yours pointed at Mr. Cox, okay? What's going on here? My partner and I came here to question Mr. Cox. He opened fire on us without warning. Show me your badge. See? I'm CDI. My name is Neil Conrad. This is my partner Gary Long. He needs medical attention. Keep an eye on this guy, please. He is highly dangerous. I have to check on my partner. Okay. Marquez, make sure the building is clear and call for a medical team. I'll keep an eye on the perp. The perp! Gary, come on, say something. I'm okay. I'm okay. Hey, we didn't kill Gary. You sure? I'm sure. I just hit my head when I fell. Oh, thank fuck. You're wearing your best. Always when I'm in the field. I see our friend is still alive. It's going to be an interesting talk later. Fuck you, I'm not gonna tell you anything. I was not ready for that. Fuck. Neither was I. I should have been more we should have been more careful. Looks like the AG had a point when she asked us to arrest him. I told you the higher-ups know what they're doing. Let's have a look around. There's probably something in here Cox really didn't want us to see. Gary took a dive. Cox Security received a prize for the DE grant years ago. A pin board containing work schedules and security information. I mean, that kind of looks like it's important, but I can't click on it, so... No signs of forced entry. Oh, what's this room over here?
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
Okay. Gary, come check this out. Looks like Cox was destroying records. I think we interrupted him. Don't touch anything. We'll get a team here to salvage whatever's possible. Sounds good. What should I do next? Go home and take a few hours off. Let the adrenaline settle. Sounds good, but if you find out something about these drives or the next attack of Mr. Moore, I'll give you a call. But go home now. But now go home. I'll let the chief know what happened. Copy that. Alright. Stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. Let's see what he said. He didn't say anything. Later, nerds. Sweet. Sweet, we get a car all to ourselves. I'm curious about brain gain. Hey, we're on the train. Damn it, Gary! Oh wait, that's not Gary. Catherine. Hey, Neil. Hey, Kat, what's everything okay? No, Laura's disappeared. What do you mean disappeared? I let her go to that stupid party, but she promised she could go... But she promised she'd be home an hour ago. Have you tried calling her? Of course, but she's not answering. She's probably having fun and forgot the time. But why won't she pick up? It's not like her. Maybe the music is too loud? I'm sure she'll come home once she realizes you tried to reach her. She won't want you to worry. She won't want you to worry for too long. Alright. Hey, Neil. You want to swing by for a glass of wine? I'm on the train right now, on my way back from work, and I'm pretty tired. Is it okay if I swing by? Is it okay if I swing by spontaneously? Oh yeah, of course. I'm sitting here waiting anyway. If I'm too tired to come and she's still not there in an hour, give me a call, okay? Okay. And I thought it was Gary. You know, you just assume when the phone rings, it's Gary. Hey, want to go up on the roof? Yeah, why not? Haven't been up there in a while. It was one of the reasons why we rented the apartment, remember? Of course I do. Getting excited about things is so easy when you're 24. So, how's life going? Okay, I guess. Same. I know it's silly, but I sometimes still wonder why it didn't work out for us. There was a time when I was so sure we were a perfect match. I've asked myself the same a million times. And I came up with lots of different answers. We were too young for a kid. I was too focused on my new job. Our place was too small. I wanted to find that one good reason to explain it to myself, to make sense of it. But honestly, I think we were just bad at it. We couldn't stop fighting about the same small bullshit. We kept hurting each other for no reasons until we reached a point of no return. That's it. Maybe you're right, but that's sad, don't you think? Yeah. Don't worry too much about Laura. I'm sure she's fine. She should be happy. We should be happy for her that she's having a good time at that party. You said yourself that she had some trouble fitting in with the other kids. Yeah, I know. It's just, I think about the shit I did when I was her age. It's probably why I worry so much about her. But you turned out okay. I'm sure Laura will too. She's smart. I can barely keep my eyes open. I have to go home now before I fall asleep. Before I fall off this roof. If Laura isn't home in an hour, give me a call, okay? I will. Thanks for swinging by. It was nice to be up here with you again. I'll stay a little longer. What a throwback, huh? It was nice. See you soon. Later, nerd. Gotta be careful about this. Wait, how do I get down? How do I get down? Oh wait, this is down. I thought there was another. I thought I had to go down another level. All right, back home we go. Let's get the latest news, though. Gotta get the latest news.
I met my own tired gaze in the glass. There were so many things on my mind. Laura's disappearance worried me more than I had shown. I thought maybe it had been the wrong call to let her go to that party. In hindsight, it probably wouldn't have mattered. And then there was Cox. I was curious about his explanation as to why he had opened fire on us. But mostly, I was glad that I hadn't had to shoot him.
Welcome, Mr. Conrad. Your visitor is waiting inside. Visitor? I'm not expecting anyone. Who is it? Your visitor is ID unknown. What the? I didn't tell you that I was expecting someone. Why did you let them in? I'm sorry. I did not understand the question. Stupid fucking thing. I'll see for myself. Pull out my gun. Yeah, there you go. Good job. Doesn't seem to be anybody in there. Hey, there's somebody. You put that gun away. Who are you? You got a nice place here. They pay you well. Show me your face. Turn around. Okay. Lila? Who? Oh, right, my face. I don't like it, to be honest. Wait, it's you. You're the one who assaulted Lila. I'm Zora. Nice to meet you. Slowly put your hands up. I'm here to talk. Put your hands up or I'll be forced to shoot. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You can make your own decision. What do you want? We need a guy in the CDI to help us out with a few things. And why the fuck would I do that? We have your daughter. I should have led with that. You what? We took your daughter, Laura. No, you're full of shit. You can ask your ex. She's not at home. Where is she? She's safe with us. You work for the Liberators, right? I have a record on your conversation. I have a record of your conversation with the man who shot Fanny. Is stealing little girls really how you're trying to stand up for their ideals? You'd have to ask them. I don't know or care what they believe in. We're just getting paid. Or rather, we're supposed to, but then you showed up and botched the final step of the plan. I should just shoot her. I think I should just shoot her. The Liberators paid you to get the data? The Liberators asked you to steal the Chief's data and deliver it to them? So you pieced that together already, yes. What was on that stick that made it so important? No idea. Wait, you don't know either? I thought you had the drive. I don't, and I don't think that I'll get my hands on it anytime soon. Who has it then if you don't? My superiors. If it still exists at all. That complicates things. I guess we'll have to move on to Plan B right away. Since the handover went south, the Liberators refused to pay us. We need that data to get our money after all. This is where you come in. Oh, she's not part of the Liberators. I see. I get it. If you figure out what the data is about, we might be able to locate it in the CDI database and extract it. I'll send you a private sheet in your cell. Submit it to us once you found it. I will do no such thing. Don't be difficult. And hand me your cell for a minute, will you? Why? You don't need it to open this sheet. It's for something else. I need access to the CDI network for a moment. What for? Why am I not shooting her? To set up a backdoor for our hack. Why are you telling me all this? I could arrest you right here, but you won't. And I doubt that you could. I'm telling you this because we work together now. The better you do your part, the sooner our client pays us, and the sooner you see your daughter again. If you do anything on my cell, they will trace it back to me. Don't worry. I'll use someone else's credentials. Whose credentials? Doesn't matter. Give me your cell. At least tell me who I'd be throwing under the bus. Gary. What? No. His job means everything to him. Is it really more important to you than Laura's safety? Come on. She's your only bargaining chip. I'll try to find out what that data was about. That's got to count for something. You're definitely not increasing your chances if you don't. I'm just gonna say I can't do it. I'm saying I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. If you harm her, I won't do anything for you. Neil, many people in the CDI have kids. You're a monster. This is not my call. Just give me your cell. Alright, I guess I can either use Gary or mine. Please cover your tracks. Gary can't be fired over this. I didn't have a choice. The game made me do it. So that's it then. I gave you access and I'll tell you all I find out about the data. You let Laura go now, right? This was just the first step. If you keep cooperating, you'll see her soon. Please just let her go. She doesn't have to suffer like this. I'll help you anyway. So you'll leave us alone. No can do, sorry, it's not my call. This is really what you do with your life? Murder and child abduction? I don't have time for this, we're done here. Answer my question, how do you live with yourself? You work for the CDI, don't you kill and abduct people all the time? Spare me your moral... relativism. Relativism. Crap. I'm not a mercenary. Sure you are. The CDI is trying to do the right thing. You do whatever the highest bidder tells you to do. The right thing? What kind of childish nonsense do you believe? Oh, this conversation is stupid. This conversation is dumb. We've had this. How many games have we had this conversation in? This conversation about. You don't have to believe in anything to not be evil. I don't believe in anything in particular, and yet you're here talking about good and evil because we know what it is. We have an intuition for it. Bullshit. There's no such thing. We invented it. No. Look, this lizard over here. He's my friend. He has never done anything evil. He can't. All animals just do shit for a while and then they die. Look, are they trying? I'm not happy with this conversation. You can't pretend not to care about anything. In fact, I know you do. You're just shoot her. Shoot her in the face. Problem solved. In fact, I know you do. You are separated from someone who you care about. What are you talking about? The sniper we caught. You care about him, don't you?
Oh, this video game sucks.
You wanted to start a new life with him. That's none of your business. But it's funny you mention it. Thanks to you and your colleagues, I won't see him ever again. Didn't you just tell me it was bad to put people away against their will? My daughter didn't harm anybody. Your friend killed someone and might start a war. I'll be back with more instructions.
As soon as the woman disappeared into the night, my facade slipped and I nearly collapsed on the balcony floor. I took out my cell with shaking hands and tapped on Laura's face in my contacts. Maybe. She didn't pick up. I resisted the urge to call Catherine next. I couldn't just tell her about what had happened. She knocked on my door in the early morning, but I didn't open. I tried to decide on a course of action, but I couldn't concentrate. My mind alternated between trying to remember my last conversation with Laura and conjuring up horrible images of her tied to a chair in some basement. Sometime later, my alarm rang. I got up to go to work, not sure if I was ready to talk to Kat. I must have stood outside her apartment for a few minutes when I finally made a decision.
Neil! Where the fuck have you been? I've tried to call you a million times. I even came to your apartment. I'm so sorry. Laura still isn't home. I've called all her friends and nobody knows anything. Looks like she never went to that party. Shit, Neil, what do I do now? Listen, Kat. Kat, I know what happened to her. What? She was abducted. They took her to blackmail me. I'm so sorry.
Hi, everybody!
Hi, Dr.
Sting! How's it going? Welcome to Lacuna. What were you up to? What were you doing this fine Black Friday? You were doing some Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Nice. I didn't do anything for Black. I just stayed home for Black Friday, but I guess I did look online for some deals and did not buy anything. Because Cyber Monday is what I'm all about. I mean, there's some deals, but not anything that I'm like super like, oh my gosh, I have to get that deal type stuff. Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of the deals are stuff like there's like one like 2 available or something like that, and then all the other deals are and stuff they're kind of trying to unload for the end of the year. But anyway, we're playing Lacuna, which is an investigative adventure game from this year, believe it or not, but in this retro style. It's not really Black Friday unless you shank someone for a PS5. That's true. That's a good point. You're not really Black Friday shopping unless you shank somebody for something, right? That's what Black Friday shopping is all about. What are you saying? Who took her? I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems like they're a group of mercenaries involved in Fanny's murder. No. They promise they won't harm her if I do what they say. How can you do that? How can you do that to us? What? I didn't. It's not like I allowed them to take her. You have to tell the CCI. Maybe they can find out where she is and get her out of there. It's too risky right now. I'm afraid of what they'll do if they find out I snitched. And you think that people who abduct children and murder foreign ministers give a shit about their promises? I'm still evaluating the situation. I'll do everything in my power to keep her safe. What do they want from you? They want me to leak information about the case I'm investigating, about the Liberators. Please, Kat, trust me with this, okay? I won't let them do anything to her. I have to go. I'll call you as soon as I hear anything, and you do the same, okay? Alright. I mean, I don't know how else we could have handled that, other than not saying a damn thing. I feel like we should tell them as well. I feel like we could, like, leverage this. I feel like we could leverage this. Like, we could leak false information to them. Like, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to leak false information. You know? I feel like we're making a mistake here. I hope Gary did. Well, do I hope Gary got fired? I don't know. I mean, in the game, this guy hopes Gary didn't get fired, but... Morning, Conrad. Or, sorry, I gotta do Gary's voice. Morning, Conrad. Hope you got some rest after yesterday's incident. Let me get you up to speed. The chief said he's making some announcement this morning. Didn't sound good at all, but we'll see in a few minutes. We took Cox in for questioning. You can interrogate him later. First, you should talk to Sato. He's in our office and he has some new intel on Moore and Cox for you. Okay, I'm on it. Listen, Conrad, I might be a little intense these past... I might have been a little intense these past few days. These are special circumstances, you understand that, right? Sure, it's been hard on all of us. I gotta run. Talk to you later. Yeah, you've been like a... I don't even know. I should talk to Sato first? Is that what I was told? Can't even go down there. I see somebody down there, but I can't go down there. These stairs don't work. These stairs are broken. Ah, good morning, Neil. Hey, Sato. Gary told me you had some new intel for me. Indeed. I put everything on our pin board over there. Let me give you a quick overview. First, I assembled some basic information on James Warren and his wife. Second, I managed to pull their recent bank statements. Maybe you'll find something useful in there. That's all I could get my hands on for now, but I got more coming tomorrow. And third, I took a look at the CV of the guy who fired at you, Albert Cox. And guess what I found? He's a Savient and he grew up on Drovia. Oh, that's a surprise. I suspected he was working with the Liberators. Well, who knows? He still might. What's also interesting is that he changed his name 20 years ago. Shoot, we're running late to that meeting with Chief. Let's go. I'll tell you the rest on the way. Cox was born as Albert Bolton. His parents owned a big company at the time, Bolton Security Systems. Oh yeah? They were responsible for the safety of the Savient colony on Drovia. You mean Sector 2? The one that blew up 40 years ago? Exactly. Bolton Security was sued into oblivion over the incident and eventually went bankrupt. When Cox had finished school, he changed his name and moved to Gara. That's when he founded his own security company using the same grant money. Thank you. Great work as always. Oh, it's nothing. I just did some advanced browsing. Before we go, I need to ask, is everything alright? You look not great. I just didn't get enough sleep lately. Thanks for asking. We're lying. Chief, I think everybody's here. Let's start. This is the Chief. He looks like he wants pictures of Spider-Man, does he not? I mean, seriously. Thank you all for coming. As many of you know, I've been working for the CDI for 28 years now, and I've done everything in my power to defend the values of our planet stands for. The principles of freedom, tolerance, equal rights for everyone, and justice has been guiding all of our actions. I know I've always been proud of our work and our commitment to the Garan democracy. Sadly, the path to justice isn't always clear, and we have to make difficult decisions. The murder of Joseph Fanny has severely harmed the relationship between our planet and Drova, and it puts the fragile peace in our solar system at risk. The Domestic Terrorism Division has charged with protecting Fanny under my leadership. In light of our failure to do so, the Attorney General and I have agreed that the only appropriate response is for me to resign from my duties at the CDI, effective immediately. I hope that the separatist groups on Drova will consider this a sign of sincere remorse and of our intention to make up for the damage that has been done. I enjoyed working with all of you, and I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that each of you will find your way of fighting for justice. I will still be in my office today if there are any open questions or issues you want to talk to me about. My successor will be announced by the Attorney General in the near future. Oh crap! I think the Attorney General has something to do with the Liberators. What do you think? I think this is all planned. I think this was somewhat planned. Starting tomorrow, Agent Long will be taking over my responsibilities until a permanent replacement is found. Thank you and goodbye. Oh man. I'm not sure about this. I think something's fishy is happening. Something mighty fishy is happening here. Hello, Conrad. How can I help you? I wanted to say goodbye. It was good working for you. Thank you, I appreciate it. I have to admit, I'm surprised by your decision. It's not like you could have done much more to protect Fanny. Come on, comrade. We both know that doesn't matter. Heads need to roll for this. Chief? The AG fired you for something else, didn't she? I overheard your conversation yesterday. Why are you telling me this? It didn't sound like you were arguing about Fanny's death. You are aware you can be suspended for eavesdropping on your superiors. In fact, it seemed like you were suspecting the AG of something. Is that the real reason why she wanted to get rid of you? This one is out of your league. Disrespect the chain of command. I see. Chief, why did we arrest Cox? I mean, it looks like it was the right call, but we didn't know at the time. And why did you give us the arrest order yourself? The AG didn't tell me why she wanted to do it, so I refused to give the order. So you don't know either? No, it seems like it's classified. Same with the information on that stick. I see. I'll have to go pack up my things now. I wish you all the best in your career at the CDI. Thank you. Conrad, you're a smart kid. Keep your eyes open. Yep. I got it. Poopy is hitting the fan. Poopy, the poop and the fan are in alignment. I think. I'm suspecting. What a day, huh? Gary's like, ugh. What? That was unexpected. Fuck, I can't believe I was standing in for the chief. I never thought they'd pick me. I have to call my wife. Guess I'll be doing some overtime the next few days. Don't you think it's strange that the AG fired him? Gotta admit, she never really liked him. Maybe she was waiting for an opportunity, but someone had to get fired for Fanny's death just for the optics, don't you think? Maybe, but the chief always did an excellent job. It didn't have to be him. I'm not thrilled about it either, but we should focus on the Liberator's threat. I don't want to start my new job with a string of terror attacks. Let's recap what we've done so far. Listen up, squad. Time for a little wrap-up. Oh, Gary got a promotion? Gary got a promotion. I suppose you're all surprised that I am about our chief's sudden retirement. However, we need to focus on the Liberators and their plans now. Let's go over everything we've got so far. Once more. Drova's foreign minister, Fanny, was shot last night by a sniper who goes by the name of Boyd. Boyd then went to see a woman named Zora who seems to have a devotion from her, which seems to have been a deviation from their original plan. He convinced her to hand him a stick with confidential stolen data. The next morning, Boyd met another man to hand him that data. Abraham Gonzalez, CEO of the Drovian company Power Up. We were able to extract a deleted message from Gonzalez's cell, which proved that someone paid him to fetch the stick and send the data to an unknown address once he was outside the Garen network. This leads us to believe that the data cannot be sent unnoticed via the web, which applies only to the best kept secrets of the Garen government. We don't know who paid either of them. The message to Gonzalez was sent via an encrypted channel on the Mercurius Network. That means that it must be one of the higher-ups of a large publicly traded company. We don't know what was on the data stick because we haven't been clear for access yet. Yesterday morning, an anti-Soviet terror group calling themselves the Liberators publicly broadcast a video in which they claimed responsibility for Fanny's murder. They also announced a second attack within 48 hours. The broadcast was sent by the from the AdSpot building. They operate all the billboards across the city. At the time the video started, the building was being guarded by Cox security employee. We have reason to believe that the perpetrator was another employee of the same company, James Moore. His wife says that he went on a holiday at Mamani Tree Resort, but he never turned up there. We are currently running a plan-wide search for him, but without success so far. The CEO of Cox Security, Albert Cox, opened fire on Agent Conrad and myself when we went to arrest him. Why were you arresting him? That was an order from the Attorney General. Conrad convinced Cox to surrender. We arrested him and brought him in for questioning. He had been in the process of destroying hard drives before we arrived. Our IT department is currently trying to restore what's left on the data. Do we think that Cox is a key figure behind the Liberators? He certainly is involved with them in some way, but he doesn't have access to the Mercurius Network. We have to assume there was some bigger fish behind Cox. What's also strange is that he is a Saviant himself. He grew up in Drovia. Our current priority is to prevent any further attacks. Colroy, I want you to support the ongoing manhunt for James Moore. Ying, we brought some stuff back from Cox's office. Work your magic on it. Let us know if you find something. Sato, keep gathering as much information as you can on our prime suspects. Conrad, you should check whether you can establish a motive why Moore would support the Liberators. Take a look at all the evidence we've got, including the information Sato put on our pin board. You should also have a chat with Cox. We brought him to the interrogation room in the basement. Roger that. That's all for now. One last thing. Do any of you guys know how Agent Reed from the response team is doing? I do. He was hit by 2 high-velocity rounds that penetrated his vest. He can't move his right arm. It's a long way to recovery, but he'll get there. Thanks for letting me know. We should send him some flowers to the hospital. But right now, let's get to work. Come back when you got something. Okay, I have this sheet. Moore's motive is most likely. Dear Conrad, we have found 244 new offers fitting your search criteria. In only a few clicks, you can make your dream home a reality. Developments on Fanny's murder. As previously reported, Drovian Foreign Minister Joseph Fanny was shot dead by an unknown assassin last night around 1:30. Attorney General Emilia Thorne announced this morning that the CDI has already arrested the suspected killer, but did not elaborate on his identity or motives. Liam Campbell, Chief of CDI's Terror Prevention Unit, which was in large part responsible for Fanny's visit during his safety, is expected to make a statement of his own later today. Daniel Marev, Savian Prime Minister of Drovia's colonial government, called the murder an extraordinary failure of the Garian state, adding it was a scandal that Drovian politics have to fear for their lives on Garian soil. Drovia today has already spoken to 2 key witnesses, Mr. Bandy, his personal bodyguard Carl Smith, and Lisa Morton. They were both present at the villa. At the time of his murder, both were reported to have been treated respectfully by the CDI, and the Garian authorities showed a genuine concern and professionalism in the manner. See, we could have like, if we would have been an asshat, bad things would have happened there. Where's this pin board? Where's this pin board? Where's the pin board? Does anybody know where the pin board is? 'Cause I don't see it. I thought this was it. Good afternoon, Mr. Cox. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'm waiting for my legal team. You fired at my partner and me. Care to explain? I probably don't need to tell you that you didn't make the best first impression on us. Your behavior and your company's involvement in yesterday's broadcast make it look like you're somehow involved with the Liberators. A quick look at your biography showed me that you are Saviant. And you grew up on... shit. Drovia. Doesn't make sense that you supported an anti-Savian terror group. 20 years ago, you moved to... Gara, why? Sometimes life forces us to do things we don't want to. You don't like it here? I don't. Why not? Why don't you ask that to yourself and your fellow Garians? You consider Drovians your enemy and Savians backward radicals. If you have the choice between hiring a Garan or a Drovian, you hire the Garian. All the missions we ever get come from Drovia. Why haven't you gone back then? Because my compatriots are happy to have a reliable partner for their companies here on Gara. We escort their goods, offer them personal security, you name it. Your parents had a security company as well, didn't they? It was responsible for security at Sector 2. Looks like they didn't do such a good job with Sector 2 blowing up and all. You know nothing about my parents. I've already said enough. I'll wait for my lawyers now. Look at the pinboard. I don't know where the pinboard is. Where the frack is the pinboard? Oh, I have to investigate. I have to go into investigate mode. Okay. Okay, here's, I don't know what this is. Bank statement. He got paid $10,000 to do that. You'd see that. He was out of money. He was out of money. We saw an addictive drug in his apartment, so I'm pretty sure that we can probably, like, determine it was probably a drug addiction thing. Junior professional, senior professional, fined for bodily harm, attempted to someone's prison for resistance against mind-altering drugs, extended field of view, shortened reaction time, increased hand-eye coordination. Resistance against mind-altering drugs. Does that mean he couldn't get addicted to a drug? Is that what that means? Man. I think it was sick wife. I think it was his sick wife. I think his wife was sick. Yeah, his wife was sick with a lung disease. His wife was sick with that lung disease that was on that paper. And she was taking medicine. So she may have been addicted to the drugs. So it was sick wife. Because she was the one that had the lung issue, not him. So it was sick wife. I'm pretty sure it was sick wife is the answer to the question. Now we have to talk to Carrie. Conrad, I just read your sheet on Moore. It looks like a motive can be established. You should pay his wife another visit. She didn't seem to know anything yesterday. Maybe she'll tell you more if you confront her with her husband's motive. Roger that. See you there. Alright. Let's go. Yeah, so he couldn't provide the drugs that his wife needed. So he did the thing in order to get medicine for his sick wife. That is true. Taco Cat spelled backwards is still Taco Cat. And taco spelled backwards is O-Cat.
Once again enveloped by the smell of the market,
Oops.
I thought back to the man I had been when Kat had brought me here. How did it all go so wrong? Deep down, I knew the answer. I was just too scared to commit to my family. It was so much easier to care about something that didn't have to like you back. That wouldn't go away if you didn't want it to. For me, that was my job. But ironically, protecting myself like that only made it hurt so much worse. Now that Laura was out of my reach, the pain of being separated was only amplified by the knowledge that I had missed so many opportunities to be with her.
Wait, where are we going? I forget where we're going. Are we going this way? I think we're going this way, actually. Yeah, we're totally going this way. Oh, we're back. We just, like, kind of came in. Hello, Mrs. Bohr. Oh, it's you again. Hello. I just walked into the freaking door without even knocking because I'm rude. It probably is budget. It probably is budget. Sorry to disturb you a second time, but I need to ask you a few more questions. So you're still after my husband? I told you he's on vacation in Themis. He isn't. We checked the ID scanners at all spaceports on Gara and Themis. He never left the planet. You must have overlooked something. Listen, I love James, but he's just a poor devil. Shouldn't the CI be taking care of the big fish? James isn't one of them. I think you are underestimating your husband. He might be able to make a grave mistake. Did you see the Liberator's video yesterday? It was hard to miss, yeah. We have reason to believe that your husband is affiliated with them. Seriously? That's what you came up with? He might have sold drugs or started a fight once or twice, but this is completely out of his league. We did some research, and it seems like your husband has a strong motive. Your husband is being paid for the attack, and he needs the money for your medication. It's true that I suffer from a lung condition, but we've always managed. If he carries out this attack, and we catch him, he goes to prison for life. If we get him before, the sentence will be significantly less severe. Did you also find out how I got my condition? I was a miner at... Yes, I figured that one out too. I was a miner at Melix mining on Themis. Turned out that I was inhaling harmful gases for months every day. The bosses knew about it, but the money was too good. Hundreds of people's lungs were irreversibly damaged. And you know what? My lungs got away with it. They were cleared of all charges. No compensation at all. We just have to pay for our medicine ourselves. Why are you going after my husband and not after people like them? I'm really sorry that happened to you, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. What we can do is stop your husband from doing something really stupid. We have reason to believe that he is involved in an imminent terror attack. If there's anything you don't tell me, if there's anything you didn't tell me, I need to know right now. What happens if you're right and you catch him? He would probably go to prison for a few years, but it would be much worse if we caught him after the fact. I saw a message on his cell before he left. It was a booking confirmation for a hotel, but it wasn't on Themis. It was the Corion Hotel in Gara. I thought he might be cheating on me. He booked it until tomorrow. Thank you, Mrs. Bohr. You've been very helpful. Promise me he won't get hurt. He's an idiot, but he is a good guy. Please. I promise to do my best. mean, that's all I can do. Listen, I'm pregnant. If he's about to do something stupid, remind him of our unborn son. That'll make him consider his decisions. I will. Thank you for your help. Alright. So we have some ammunition as far as that's concerned.
The Corian Hotel.
The Corian
I didn't
Hotel.
even need to look that up. It was directly next to the Grand Church at Corian Square, one of the most important houses of prayer for Saviants here on Gara. It probably would be crowded with believers and tourists tomorrow morning. No doubt it was the Liberator's next target. The rush of making progress in the case only lasted a few moments, until I realized that now I had to make a tough decision. If I told Zora about the target, I couldn't tell the CDI, and vice versa.
Wait, what? Wait, I'm confused. Why? Why can't we tell both? Oh, hey. Fuck. You startled me. What do you want? Check in with how your investigation is going, but not here. Too crowded. Follow. Come on. I know a spot. Wait, where are we going? Who are we following even? I didn't even see. Oh. Okay. I didn't even see who we were following. This is better. What the hell are you doing here? Are you following me? I told you I'd get back to you. Anything new on our client? Or what they may be planning on to do? What the hell? This sucks. These decisions suck. Honestly, I think the CDI is in on this, so I'm gonna tell her. We'd like to chat with the people carrying it out, but there can't be any CDI at the scene. Are you saying your people will prevent the attack? We'll take with us the people who are carrying it out. People's lives are at stake here. The CDI needs to intercept that attack. Laura's life is certainly at stake. What are you planning on doing with the attackers? What will happen to them? We will ask them who they're working for. You just ask them and they let them go. Don't worry about that. We won't let them go through with their plans. Alright, I'm gonna tell her. I suspect there will be an attack at the Grand Church at the Corian Square tomorrow morning. Is that the truth? That's what I think is the truth. Good, thank you. Remember not to tell anyone at the CDI. I did what you asked. Are you letting Laura go now? Not yet. Let's wait and see how things play out tomorrow. You want a beer? No. A beer? Are you out of your mind? What? You think I poisoned it or something? I thought you said humans were good. Have a little faith. I'm not drinking it. Hey, listen. You know, I thought about what you said, and I don't think I'm good. Or ever have been. But I will say this. I talked to your daughter today. She's a good kid. I do not like the prospect of her getting hurt. So please, don't mess up. How can you... Then get her out of there, please. My boss won't let that happen. It's all in your hands. Will ya? Ooh. She almost let his name slip. If all goes well tomorrow and the guy talks, we might get everything we need. If we can't get to the client that way, we'll have to get the data after all. In that case, you'll have to help us with the hack. The back door was set up successfully from your cell. I hope it was worth it. Gary will have to face the consequences for it. You really threw him under the bus there. I guess you're not so righteous after all. Fuck you. This was your doing, much more than mine. Unlike you, I never said I was a good person. I feel bad about it. I feel bad enough about it as it is, okay? I had to protect Laura. If they had traced it back to me and fired me over it, I would have been worthless for you and for Laura. Oh, please. You didn't want to risk your own ass. No matter what you tell yourself, at the end of the day, you do what you do for your own something. Sometimes it's a few layers removed, but in the end, it's all selfish with extra step. I disagree. This is just a convenient way to justify the fucked up things you do. Nihilism can, we're doing this again. We're doing this bullshit again. That's bullshit. We're having this bullshit conversation again. It's convenient to say nothing matters because it makes being in this world hurt a little less. But even you don't like the thought of harming Laura, do you? I think you're doing your best to ignore your conscience. You have a way to you will have to face it at some point. Not if I die first. Well, this has been fun. Break is over. I have some business to take care of. I'll let you know tomorrow how it went. Alright, we're going to the train. Well, I guess we're gonna lie and say we don't know, we didn't find out anything. And there's Gary. Can't leave us alone for more than a few minutes. Conrad. How did it go? Any news from Moore's wife? No, not really. If Moore's behind all this, she doesn't know about it. Fuck. The attack's going down tomorrow morning. We still have no clue where it's gonna be. How is it possible that we don't get a grip on those fuckers? Looks like the only thing we can do is ramp up security all over Gara and hope that they won't go through with their attack. Hey Conrad, one more thing. Don't want you to hear it from anybody else. Looks like I'm not standing in for the chief after all. What? Why? The higher-ups said that they had reason to believe that I tried to hack the CDI's database. What? Oh, how come? I have no clue. I never do something like that. I wouldn't even know how. I told them as much, but they said that a commission of inquiry will need to have a closer look. Apparently, someone used my login to try an attack on our network. Shit, Conrad, I just hope that I won't be. I didn't do that. Hey, I'm sure this is some sort of misunderstanding. Yeah, it must be. Well, whatever. I'll talk to you later, Conrad. Nerd. His password was probably 12345. See, that's why you have to have a good password. Don't make your password 12345. I mean, how'd they get his credentials in the first place? Now we're gonna have a phone call. Or not.
I felt like shit for letting Zora and her accomplices intercept the attack. There were so many ways this could go wrong. I didn't want them to take more, or worse yet, somehow miss him and let the attack happen. Don't get me wrong, I didn't regret telling Zora what I knew to protect Laura, but endangering the lives of innocent people wasn't an acceptable trade-off. I couldn't tell the CDI, or even call in an anonymous tip with the police, because the chance was too high that Zora would suspect me. There was no other way. If I wanted to make sure things didn't go south, I had to go to the church myself. I left in the middle of the night, hoping it wasn't already too late.
Really? 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 I feel like we're making one bad decision after another. I'm telling you, we're making one. This is a bad decision. This is just a bad decision. We can't stand like letting anybody do anything. I feel like. Good evening, sir. Is this place open? Evening, I'm sorry, but the temple is closed until 6 in the morning. Could you let me in for just a second? It would be very important to me. I won't touch anything. Sorry. What is this all about? We had to increase security ever since that video came out. These are scary times for us Savians. Someone sprayed "fuck Savians" on one of the temple walls last night. I lost something during the evening ritual. Listen, I lost something during the evening ritual. I need it back for my morning practice. Can I go in and get it real quick? What exactly? My vows. I see. I forget mine all the time. Happens easily because they're not part of the final meditation. Do you know where you left them? Yes, I think so. Fine, go grab them. Please make it quick and don't tell anybody. Thank you, sir. Aha! We used our inside knowledge, and we also apparently pulled out a gun. Like, this is such a bad decision. Why are we doing this? Mr. Moore, this is CDI. Hands in the air right now. Step away from the device. Fuck. Oh no, 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 no. They're here. Listen carefully. They'll shoot you if you don't cooperate, okay? What the fuck are you on about? What's going on here? Mr. Moore, I'm CDI. You have to trust me. Tell them whatever they... I didn't do anything, okay? I'm just following orders from my boss. Tell them that. Tell who? The people walking up the stairs right now. Tell them the truth if you want to live. And if you're lucky, they won't take you away. Neil, what the hell are you doing here? Don't shoot. Stand down, all of you. Who the fuck is that, Zora? That's our mole. Ignore him. Go get the other guy and make sure we don't blow up. Mr. Moore, you're coming with us. Neil, what was this all about? I hope this is some kind of trap, because if it is, Laura's dead. What the? Who are you? Leave me alone. It's not a trap. I'm here alone. Where are you taking him? It's none of your business. We had a deal. Moore's just a pawn in this. Listen, I think that Moore's just a pawn in this. There are bigger fish in the background. They are the ones we should have a closer look at. Okay, have a closer look at them then. So you're leaving Moore alone? No. No, please, I didn't do anything. Let me take him in. He deserves a fair trial. What are you talking about? Zora, we need to run. Sorry, Neil. We have to make sure you won't follow us. I don't know. We got big dumb in
When
our...
I came to, my head and my
Our
shoulder
brain is
hurt,
big dumb.
and I was cold. I remember feeling relief when I realized I was still in the church.
Whoops. I was going to post this emote. So there you go. Just because I think it's relevant.
And not tied up in the back of a van. Everybody else was gone without a trace, except for the bomb. I approached it carefully, but quickly realized it was disabled, or had never been fully assembled in the first place. I knelt down to examine the explosives, looking for clues pointing me to their origin. If Young had been there, she could have run a full analysis. Lucky for me, the explosives were clearly identifiable from their shape and labeling alone. These were Cineon sticks, used in chamber blasting. Nobody had access to those outside of the mining industry. I stepped back, satisfied for a moment. Then the rest of reality came crashing down on me. What would Zora's boss do when he heard that I was here? What were they planning on doing with Moore? And fuck, what about the guard?
Guess we gotta get out of here. Oh, we gotta investigate the bomb.
hadn't heard him resist the intruders, so that was a good sign. My heart started racing while I quietly went back down the stairs.
We're not gonna take the bomb with us, apparently. We're just gonna, like... Who are you? Sir, are you okay? Well, what's going on here? I wanted to check what took so long, and I saw a bunch of people with guns walk in. I hid behind the benches, and they either didn't see me or they didn't care about me. Yeah, I saw them. I hid in the attic. What did they do up there? They took a look around and left again. Maybe they were looters, hoping to find something valuable? Well, there's nothing valuable here. Don't they know what Savians don't care about worldly possessions? I'll call the police. Good call. I can't stick around, or my wife will start to worry about me. Wait, the police will want to take your testimony. Sorry, I really don't want to have to be implicated in that kind of stuff. Please don't mention I was here at all. It was just a matter of a wrong time, wrong place. But, good night, sir. Yeah, don't mention I was here. Let's go. Let's leave. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving. Oh, wrong way. I think we're going the wrong way. I think we want to go this way. Yeah, we want to go this way. Alright. How are you all enjoying this game? What do you think of it? I like the artwork. The story's alright. I think our protagonist is really dumb. Like, I feel like our protagonist is an idiot. But, you know. Where are we? Are we going home? Yeah, we're going home. Oh, we want to go this way. Yeah, I think the investigation mechanic is pretty cool. We actually have to pay attention to evidence. We have to, like, piece things together and stuff like that. That's been pretty good. We haven't shot anybody yet. Let's talk to her. Anything new? No? Shit. I'm so scared. What if those people are lying to you? What if they never planned on letting her go? I've talked to them. They assured me they're only after the data. They'll keep their word, okay? Tell you what, if we don't have her back by tomorrow, I'll come clean and ask the CDI for help. Okay. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Hey, Neil, I'm glad I'm alone in this. Same. Kind of missed talking to you these last few years. I'm so sorry I didn't spend more time with you and Laura, and I just couldn't. It hurt. I know how selfish that sounds, and it sucks. No, I understand. I can relate. I always ask you to take care of Laura more, but sometimes I felt like doing it myself was easier than just seeing you again. We'll give her a hug. Sure, why not? It's an awkward hug. That's an awkward hug.
It's raining tacos.
Hey, thanks for the taco party. I'll get home and catch some sleep. See you tomorrow. Okay, see you. Now we gotta go home. I think I don't know how close to the end of this game we are. I feel like we're getting close. But maybe not. Is that Gary? Hey, Cioto, what is it? Hey, Neil, I have some good news. Our IT department finally managed to receive some of the data Cox was trying to destroy. Most of it was bills and contracts that are important to our case. Still pretty illegal, though, but They also found a message that caught my eye, like the one on Gonzalez. It was sent via the Mercurius Network. Pretty sure it comes from whoever is behind the Liberators. I'll forward it to your cell. Good work, Kyoto. I'll have a look at it tomorrow morning. Need to catch some sleep first. Sounds like we're finally making headway in our investigation. See you tomorrow. Alright. Cool beans. So, we gotta go up. We gotta go up the stairs.
You may be asking yourself how I remained functional throughout all of this. How I didn't just collapse under the pressure and the looming prospect of losing my daughter forever. I think the truth is that over the years, I had gotten really, really good at tuning out the voice that always tormented me, that had always told me horrible shit. This was just adding to it. More to repress, more bubbling beneath the surface. Maybe if it had gone on for long enough, I would have imploded sooner or later.
Nope, she's back. There you are. Zora, what is it this time? I'm here to tell you that my boss is happy with how things went. I didn't tell him that you showed up. Don't pull something like that again, okay? What did you do to Moore? That's none of your business. Tell me, I gave him to you. You just talked to him, but it looks like he doesn't know much. He says his boss ordered him to do it. He doesn't know who's behind it at all. Oh, that's a typo, I think. And he doesn't know who's... We'll have to relay that backdoor to the CDI network after all. Taking the data back seems to be the best way to get our money right now. But we need your help to go through with it. Here's how this will go. At 7 o'clock tonight, our hackers will commence the attack. But it will only work if we have someone who is physically at the CDI computer at the time. A new username named 4x458 will pop up and request admin privileges, and that'll have a grant, and that you'll have to grant. So I have no idea what that means or how it works. I don't even know if my account can do that. I was afraid you'd see that. I guess I'll have to ask a system administrator to help you out. How do you think that'll go? Hey, IT, could you help me invite some hackers into our network? Isn't there someone on your team you can ask? Someone who you believe? Someone who will believe you if you tell them you're doing the right thing? You know, you're talking about Kyoto. I can't. What if he says no? That's for you to figure out. You're a good talker. Force him if you have to. Once we're in, we won't have much time until we're kicked from the system automatically. We'll have mere seconds to navigate to the right folder. In order to make it in time, we'll need to have an idea where to find the data, for which in turn, we'll have to know what the data is about, and that's your job to find out. How is that sheet going that I sent you? I'm making progress, but I'm not sure if I have all the information I need. Then hurry up! I don't know what the data is about. Like, I have absolutely no idea. If we get the data tonight, I'll promise to have Laura back tomorrow. It will be the last thing we ask of you. How am I supposed to believe you'll let Laura go? You can't know. You'll just have to take my word for it. If I drag Kyoto into it and he tells anyone, I'll lose my job. I'll probably go to prison. Throw me a bone. I need to know she'll be fine if I do this. Tell me it makes a difference to you. It can't mean nothing to you to take a young life. It isn't up to me. You keep saying that, but isn't it really? Do you have zero control over what happens? If you can do something, please tell me it isn't all the same to you if she lives or dies. Do what you said. Do what I say, and she'll live. Okay. But if things go south, if Kyoto won't help, we don't have the right folder. You keep dodging the question. Tell me a human life. Okay, we're doing this again for a third time. We're doing this yet again. It would end at some point anyway. Oh, give me a break. Everything is so easy if nothing means anything. Like you care about human life. What do you think would happen if you left war to us? Was I supposed to put my daughter in harm's way instead? Whatever. Your badge and gun betray you. You're a murderer like me. You're wrong about that. There's only one person whose death I'm directly responsible for, and you know what? It fucks me up. It's been years, and it still fucks me up. That's so. I was chasing down a perp in a car, lost control, and crashed into a building. The woman inside was dead on the spot, so quickly that she couldn't feel any pain or fear. And that it's what they said to me. They didn't put you away for it? No, they didn't. Look, most people are garbage. There's a good chance the world is better off without her. Are you trying to console me? No, it's just a statistical fact. Wouldn't you agree that the world would be better off without most people in it? Human life has inherent value. And a bad person can always change. I've said what I came to say, and you know what needs to be done. Zora. Yeah. Let's feed Horace. Enjoy your food, Horace. I gotta check the data in the morning. Gotta check the data.
After I woke up, I stared at the ceiling for a while. Zora's words rang in my head. 7 o'clock tonight. I had to do what they asked of me, but I wasn't sure where the data they wanted was stored. I was running out of time. I sat up and made a decision. The sheet on the Liberators. I needed to complete it now. I had a feeling that all the puzzle pieces were there. If I found out who was in charge of the Liberators, I might finally understand what the data was all about and where to look for it.
Oh.
Or maybe I could force them to pay Zora's boss so he'd let Laura go.
It might be on the it might be on the email we got. So you have to complete this now. It has been a while since we last talked. This is to Albert. I hope you're doing well. First, I'd like to thank you for the good work over the years. I'm glad that a fellow Darovian is taking care of serving our Telenium transports in Gara. Second, I have a proposal to make. Since our cooperation has been going so well, I thought we'd extend it a little. I could use your help with an operation I've been planning for a few years now. It doesn't come without risk, but I assure you that the payment will be good, and even more important, that the mission promises a bright future for both our companies and revenge for what happened to your parents. Let me know if you're interested. A. Okay. We have this is the break that we were looking for. We have somebody named A. We have something that has to do with Telenium. And they're from Drova. So, we get our list of companies, right? That are from Drova. We find the ones from Drova. No, we don't find the ones from Drova. I don't see anybody who has the last name of... Oh wait, we don't have the CEO of them. The only Drova that we have on this list is Dyson. Is Dyson Enterprises. Oh, jeez, that took a while. I'm going way back, way back. Keep going. Abbott Dyson. A. Abbott Dyson. A. That would be the A. I think it's Dyson. I think that's it right there.
Abbott Dyson. All the signs pointed towards him and his company. I didn't feel like I had the full picture just yet, but some aspects finally made sense to me. None of the people we had encountered seemed to support what the Liberators claimed to stand for. This wasn't a Garian terror group at all. It was Drovians, Savians, hired guns, and business people, all working for one man's false flag operation. What was he trying to accomplish? Stir up enough trouble to force the solar system into a war? I had talked to Dyson the morning after Banny's death.
Yes, you did.
He was still in Gara, hiding in plain sight, and I still had his number. I considered my options. We needed to arrest him, but maybe we could have a chat first. Just the two of us. Once the CDI had him, he wouldn't be able to talk freely. I took out my cell and tapped his face in my contacts.
We're just gonna call him up. Dyson. Hello. Morning, Mr. Dyson. This is Neil Conrad with the CDI. Ah, Agent Conrad. How can I help you? There's something I'd like to talk to you about in person. Could we meet on the train that stops in Louisville in half an hour? I have an important call in 10 minutes. Could we make an appointment for tonight? Tonight? This can't wait. If you insist, I'll tell my secretary to delay my call. Thanks. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, now we're going on the train. Oh, there's a door in the way. There's another door in the way. Alright. You want rice and beans for some reason with hot sauce? I had some burrito for lunch today. Some leftover burrito with some rice and beans. I mean, that's a good question. Oh, there's a second way to get to the train station from the train station.
My heart was pounding. Would Dyson really come, or did I spook him? Did he suspect I was onto him? It would be a while until I found out, so I sat down and took a deep breath. At least I had a little time to think about what to say to him if he showed up.
I feel like he's gonna show up. Mr. Dyson. Good evening, ancient comrade. This is an interesting setting for a chat. Let's get straight to the point. I have sufficient proof that you are part or even all of the Liberators. That's a big accusation to throw around. What proof would that be? I know you hired mercenaries to kill Banny and to steal some data from the chief's cell. You also instructed Cox to broadcast the Liberators' message and to bomb Corian Church. There is also if there's anything else going on that endangers people's lives, you need to tell me right now. If you're so sure of that, why didn't the CDI just arrest me? I want to know why you did it. You're a savant from Drovia. What's more, your company suffers financially from operating inside an unfree colony. You have all the reasons to support Drovian independence. I do support Drovian independence, but not for economic reasons. Don't you think that the status quo is unacceptable in a modern society? Garia forces us to hand over all the fruit of our labor like we have in feudal times, only to resell it at an incredible profit. Your planet exploits and enslaves my people for its own financial gain. If that's how you see it, why did you create an anti-Savient, anti-emancipation terrorist group? All Drovia needs to finally explode is a spark. I provided just that. Did you read the news today? Drovian resistance against its oppressors has never been stronger. So you admit it. You did it to lend momentum and legitimacy to a Savian's revolution, to push public opinion on Drovia to a point where a secession war seems inevitable. But they were already negotiating. Why didn't you just support banning on the summit? Joseph was in no position to change things. The whole summit was a big dog and pony show. History teaches us that you can't obtain independence the peaceful way. If you want it, you take it. And a war is worth it for you, especially considering that Drovia is unlikely to win it. If a war is what it takes, we have to try. Besides, New Joran will take our side, if any. You know, I'm really not buying your man of the people spiel. This is all about your company's bottom line. Think of me any way you want, it doesn't matter. The way I see it, I am using my influence and money to fight for the right cause. Don't you think thousands of innocent lives are a prohibitively high price to pay? It's interesting you bring that up, being a CDI agent yourself. What are you talking about? The data I've been wanting to get my hands on. Did you have a look at it? No. It contains classified information about the Sector 2 incident, which also cost thousands of innocent lives. But just as importantly, Savians lost the right to a self-governed colony on Drovia. Gara cited a charter that it had made up itself and launched an independent investigation, which identified major construction security flaws as causes of the disaster. I'm familiar with the incident. What are you getting at? Those backwards Savians don't believe in real science, so they don't know how to build a safe colony. Sounds convincing, doesn't it? What if I told you that the colony was sabotaged by Gara? Don't be ridiculous. The operation was launched out of fear and greed. The Savian colony on the biggest Tellanium source in the system, free to trade with New Joran. Losing the Tellanium race could have meant losing supremacy over the solar system at the time. They couldn't allow that to happen. Who are you talking about? A number of politicians and other elites, and of course, the CDI as their executive force. Your Attorney General, Amelia Thorne, she was director of CDI at the time. So before you judge me, look at the people you work for and what they did. I know so many people who died or lost someone in the incident. So many more who lost their livelihoods. No, this is too big. So many people would have to stay quiet for it to stay a secret for so long. Well, it will come out, and not that many people know. Who knows the CDI? Does Gary know? The chief? The director? Everybody involved is retired by now, except Miss Thorne, but some people must know. There are records of it. They will see the light of day soon enough. I know that the mercenaries who hired are working on getting them back. They abducted my daughter and blackmailed me into helping them. I'm sorry to hear that. They did not act on my behalf when they took your daughter. Listen, Dyson. What should I say? I'm not gonna arrest him. I'm not. Should I say, I won't arrest you if you pay them now, or you can go? I was gonna say this. The mercenaries will free my daughter as soon as they get the money you promised them. I want to arrest you if you pay them now. It doesn't make much of a difference to me if you arrest me. I might have to do some time, but I have the best lawyers in the system. What I care about is the data becomes public. Get it, and the mercenaries will be paid. Once they send it over, it will be leaked, even if I am in prison. I have people making sure of that. It doesn't matter what you care about. I want my daughter back. Pay them, now! I would consider it, but I missed the window. The transaction expired. I see. You can go. So you see that I'm doing what's right. I'm surprised. Not quite. No more people can get harmed over this. The Liberators will never make another appearance. We have a deal, and you have to answer a few more questions. Tell me, what do you know about Laura's abductors? Not much, to be honest. You probably figured out most of it already. They're a secret group of mercenaries, and they run big operations in the whole solar system. If you want a higher profile job, you go to them. Where's their HQ, and where are they keeping my daughter? I don't know. They're very secretive. They only meet you in public places, or they come to you. I see. Tell me, what is Cox's role in all this? I imagine bombing a church isn't something you can just pay any security company to do. Albert's parents were old friends of mine. Their company was in charge of security at Sector 2. They went bankrupt after the explosion. Some people put the blame on the incident on them. They're getting death threats to this day. I supported them and their son financially. As you can imagine, Cox has every reason to want revenge for what Garrett did to his family. Why work with the mercenaries when you already had Cox's guys doing your dirty work? Parts of the plan were out of his wheelhouse. I see. That's all for now. I'll have to get to the next stop. I'll have to get out at the next stop. Remember what I said. If one other person gets harmed, you'll be screwed. Yeah. All right. We're getting to the meat of the burrito. We had to get through the rice and the beans. We had to get through the rice and beans of the burrito, and now we're getting to the meat of it. The burrito meat. Damn it, Gary! Oh wait, it's not you. This is Evelyn Moore. Did you find my husband? What is it? Did something happen to him? He didn't turn up. So I was right, wasn't I? He's not working for the Liberators after all. We're looking into it. What's that supposed to mean? Did you find him at Corian Hotel or not? That was not a good time, okay? You promised to protect James. If something happens to him, please, our son needs a father. Let's talk about it later. Well, shoot. That's not good. That's not good at all. Wait, we gotta talk to Gary? Hey, you still don't know who's behind these fucking Liberators. Yeah, and we don't have any clue when and where that second attack is going down either. I'm starting to get nervous. I have a meeting with the press in a few minutes. We'll go over everything later. Roger that.
I was supposed to write a report on my findings in the Liberators case, but I wasn't able to concentrate for even a second. First, I needed to wait for my colleagues to go home to be alone with Saito. He always worked late. But then what? What if he refused to help me? The idea of having to force him was devastating. He was my friend, after all. When I finally managed not to think about it anymore, a much more dire thought crept up on me. Laura might die tonight. And if she did, it would be my fault.
What sheet are we submitting? Oh, the data. Okay, we can't do that yet. Nope, that's the conference room. That's the conference room. We need to go down a few more levels. There we go. I think this is where we want to go. Yeah, here he is. You're still around? Wait, isn't this who we want to talk to? We gotta submit the sheet. We don't know! Oh wait, yeah we do. We know what it was. He told us. That dude told us. I totally forgot that dude told us. The Sector 2 incident contains about the Sector 2 incident that took place on Drovia in 1800. In 1800. On Drovia. Hey, Cioto. Neil, hey, you're working late. Listen, there's something I need to talk to you about. Of course, what's the matter? Cioto, I'm sorry. Sorry? For what? Is everything alright? No, it's not. My daughter. Laura was abducted, and the people who took her want something from me. I need your help to get it for them. What? Laura was abducted? When? By whom? By a group of mercenaries. Shit, I'm so sorry. Neil, what's the CDI's plan of action? The CDI? What do you think those people would do if I told the CDI about it? Wait, you didn't tell anyone else at the CDI? No, look, we don't have much time. The mercenaries want me to help them get the data back that they stole from the chief. They managed to create a backdoor to the CDI network. They can briefly alter the access rights to the folder they want from the CDI database, but they won't be able to retrieve it. It can only be done from a local computer. That's where you come in. You're a sysadmin, right? You have to grant the request for access to a specific folder you're not usually able to see. They'll pull all the data from that folder to your local drive, put it on a stick and give it to me. They made it clear it was not to be sent over the web. Okay, listen, holy fuck. I'll bring them the data and then I'll get Laura back. You know, you realize that you can't trust those people, right? Why are you so convinced that they'll hold up their end of the bargain? If you want to save Laura, you have to ask the higher-ups at the CDI for help. I don't know enough about those people. No chance the CDI would be able to track them down in time. The hack will go down in 5 minutes. If I don't hand them the data tonight, they might kill her. I have an idea. Once you open up the folder, thereafter, I might be able to locate the source of the back door. We'll explain to the others what's going on, and we'll raid the location before the handover is scheduled. You'll have Laura back before they find out that we ever went through with the hack. If we do it that way, do we still get to retrieve the data in the folder? We won't need it, but if you can't trace them and don't get the data, we have nothing. Fine, I'll accept the data transfer either way. I'll delete it if I'm able to trace the hack. No, I'll hand them the data's plan. Let's see what happens if I say that. No, that's too risky. I'll hand them the data's plan. They expect me in an hour. Please, Neil, come to your senses. Those are criminals. You can't work with them. I'm not sure anymore who the bigger criminal is here. What are you talking about? You know what? Do what you think is best, but I won't be a part of it. Please don't make it complicated, Cioto. I really need your help. Damn it! Alright, let's do it this way. Okay, you're right. Let's tell the CDI. Okay, good. I'm glad you agree. We'll find out what the outdoor location is, and then we call Gary. What is the data anyway? Why do you want it? I'm not sure. I don't have time to explain. She's calling. Yeah, I know. It's just a bunch of bad choices. Hey, Neil, I got your sheet. All ready on your end? Yeah, we're ready. Good. We're searching that folder now. I'll tell you when you have access. Alright, we're there. You're good to go. Okay, I think Kyoto's retrieving the data. I got it. Good work. I'll see you at the handover. God damn, Neil. I got their location. Let's call Gary and the others. Thank you, Soto. Thank you so much. I'm calling Gary and the others. We have to prepare the raid. We have to do it quick. Hold on. One last thing. What is it? There's no time to lose. Did you pull the data? What does it matter? Give it to me. Why? I have the location, Neil. We can go arrest them. You don't need it anymore. I did what you said, okay? I didn't go through with it. Please trust me. It's not a trick. I won't give the data to them. I just need to see what's on there. Please. Here, please don't do anything stupid. Thank you. Don't tell anyone, okay? Let's call Gary and the others. Okay, we got the data. That's what I was worried about, that we didn't have the data. The data is super incriminating, and I wanted it. Let's see. I think I got their headquarters. It's inside an industrial zone on the fringes of the city. The company registered there calls itself Rattlesnake Farming. It appears to be some sort of greenhouse. I assume it's just a front. Maybe for money laundering? I still can't believe you didn't tell us earlier. What the hell were you thinking, Conrad? How much information did you feed them about the CDI? About our ongoing investigations? These people are criminals of the worst kind. Have you forgotten your oath? You'll face serious charges for this, Conrad. Could you please leave him alone, Gary? He's got enough on his plate right now. Well, maybe he would be in a better position if he had told the CDI earlier. Well, they would have shot Laura right away if they had caught wind of it. We all had training in hostage negotiations. I'm sure Neil followed it as best as he could. I really don't care about that right now. Can we please focus on getting Laura out of there? I agree. Oh, that's not Gary. I agree. We don't have time to waste. We should be at their headquarters within the next hour. That's not a lot of time. Let's go and gear up then. Actually, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be there, Neil. You're not trained in extractions like this, and I don't care if I get hurt. And more importantly, you're too close to the case. The risk that you would do something irrational and endanger the whole operation is too high. I can't just stay here and wait. My daughter is in there. That's exactly the kind of attitude I'm worried about. I've been in contact with these people multiple times. They know me. Maybe I can convince them to cooperate. Listen, Neil. There's no more time to discussion. Conrad, Colroy, get yourself to armor and guns and call Kumar. Your call. Copy that. Don't leave without me. I'll come with you. You will? Okay, we leave in 30. What am I supposed to do now? Go to the roof. Okay, we're going to the roof. Go to the roof. Go to the roof. I feel like we have dingus training for sure. Wait, oh, is this the... Oh, this is the roof. We definitely have dingus training. We've been trained to be a dingus.
I inserted the stick into my cell and opened up the folder. My heart was pounding. For a moment, it looked like the data wouldn't load, but then the files started appearing on the screen. Dozens, maybe hundreds of documents, messages, pictures, and videos. They were decades old. most of them dated 1799 or 1800. Their confidentiality level was one I'd never seen before. This was the type of data the Mercurius Network would instantly pick up and trace, both to its receiver and back to its sender. It made sense to physically hand-deliver it if one wished to remain anonymous. I didn't know where to begin, so I opened up the very first file in the list, the oldest one, with shaking hands. It was a document sent from someone at the Department of Commerce to the director of the CDI at the time, Amelia Thorne, now Attorney General in charge of the Justice Department. My eyes widened as I skimmed over the paragraphs. When I was done reading the letter, I checked the time. 20 more minutes. I sat down and opened up the second one, then the third. As the conversation went on, a plan was hatched between a handful of politicians, special interest groups from the private sector, and high-ranking members of the CDI. I didn't recognize most of the names. Some might have been pseudonyms. I stopped looking at the files halfway through and let my head sink onto the backrest. Even though they had used very careful language at first, the goal and purpose of the operation were abundantly clear. The failure of Sector 2 hadn't been an accident. Garians had plotted and engineered it to gain sole access to Drovia's resources, and given its strategic importance at the time, ultimately retained supremacy over the solar system.
Those bastards.
My head was spinning while I tried to figure out what all of it meant for the present, and for me. I had long doubted the integrity of the CDI. Was it still rotten to the core, or had things changed? I didn't know about any ongoing operations that were breaching interplanetary law, but then most agents at the time of the Sector 2 incident hadn't known either. And some of the things I did know about, I didn't want to think about them too much. Now what?
Jesus,
on the one hand, the public had a right to know. The culprits had to be found and brought to justice. Reparations had to be paid to the affected families and businesses. On the other hand, if the truth came out, the liberators would win. Savient extremists might be emboldened enough to take control of the colony and declare independence. If that happened, Gara would send its ships, and New Joran might send theirs to back up their Savient brethren, and to finally gain access to the planet's Telenium, of course, if their side won. Hundreds might die, thousands even. Time was running out.
It's a big
I tapped
decision.
the contact of a journalist I had met a while back. I still hadn't made a decision when I heard the dial tone. The data would probably go through if I decided to send it, but there was no way in hell it wouldn't be traced back to me. My heart was pounding so loudly in my ears that I almost didn't hear the voice on the other end.
Reporter. This is Adrian Boley with the Guardian Gazette. How can I help you? Hello? Are you there? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm hanging up now. I have information for you. Who is this? I can't tell you. Alright, here's the decision. Do we leak the data, or do we not leak the data? That's the question. Leak data or not leak data? Leak data or not leak data? Leak it? Bravestar says leak it. I think leak it too. I mean, why would we not leak it? You know? I'm sending you a data package now. It's flagged and will quickly and will be quickly picked up and traced by authorities. Your computer might be bricked. Back it up to an external drive as quickly as you can. Are you serious? Please confirm that you understand what I just said. I understand. Good, the public needs to know this. Promise me that it won't get buried. Well, I'll have to take a look first, please. I may not have a second chance to send it. Did you get it all? Yeah, I got it. Okay, it's in your hands now. Conrad? Gary, it's time. Let's go. Okay, coming. Well, I think that was the most important decision we could have made in this entire game. You know? rattlesnake farm. Alright, agents, we've got a report from Nelson. Big greenhouse in front of us seems to be empty. However, the IR cameras picked up 12 targets in the underground facility hidden underneath. A scan for traps and explosives came back negative. Be careful regardless. You're going on my command. Watch your backs and keep a low profile. These guys are dangerous and most likely armed. Use of deadly force is authorized. Getting the hostage out alive and well is our #1 priority. You all know what she looks like. Miller, Johnson, you open up the front door. Once we're inside, we're looking for another door in the back. Watch out for hostiles from that point on. Okay, let's go. Move, move, move. Move, move, move! Gary, I appreciate you backing me up earlier. Thank you. After what you did, it's only right that you'd help us fix it out now. Let's go get your girl. Yeah, I think, yeah. Damn, Gary's booking it. I'm going faster. Targets ahead, open up and move in. 3 targets. CDI, drop your weapons. Drop them now. Did I just die? Somebody got shot. Shit, that was loud. The rest of them will be waiting for us. May's been shot. Gordon, Flynn, provide first aid and see if you can get her out of the out to the medics. Fuck. Ito, lock this room down. Keep an eye on these assholes. Get their guns and make sure they stay down. Someone comes through that door over there, you shoot. The rest of you keep moving. We can't give them any more time to prepare or get out. Follow me. You missed the shooting. You did. I'm just... Oh, okay, I guess I do have a gun.
In the final corridor, we passed by a large surgery room. I didn't think about it at the time, but that must have been where they had given Zora her new face and implanted Boyd's fake ID. The only thing I could think about was whether they'd moved Laura or done something to her the moment they'd heard us coming.
Well, there's Laura. Got those guns or we'll shoot. Who are you? What is this? CDI, put your weapons on the ground right now. Dad! Stay put, Laura. It's gonna be alright. Give us a minute to talk it over, okay? Oh, I see. It's about the girl. How about this? We hand her over to you, and you never show your faces here again. Sound fair? I don't think you understand. This facility is surrounded. It's over. Your only option is to cooperate right now. Alright, we'll cooperate. But we'll kill the girl first. No! No, then it sounds like you're getting everything you want. That's not how negotiations work. Shooting a child will do nothing but worsen your prospects at trial. Come on, we both know I'm fucked regardless. We'll take you out if you make a wrong move. It doesn't have to be that way. So what you're saying is our only chance is to fight. You should have cooperated, Neil. I'm sorry, Laura. No! Take cover! Go, fall back! Get her out of here. I'll cover you. Oh, she's not dead. Will you be alright? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Go, go, go! slow-mo. We're going. There's more shooting. You didn't miss the second round of shooting, I hope. That was me trying to act like I'm slow motion, but...
And that's it. The most tumultuous days of my life, and possibly in Garian history. Abbot Dyson is back on Drovia, and I seem to be the only person outside of the conspiracy who knows about his involvement in the terror attacks. So far, he seems to be staying true to his word and is discontinuing the Liberators. I wonder which one of us looks over their shoulder more often these days. Even though Dyson and Cox each lost a lot in the Sector 2 incident, I don't believe their actions were really driven by a righteous thirst for revenge. Almost all the people who have suffered and might still suffer from their actions had nothing to do with Gara's past crimes. Ultimately, Dyson had tried to start an interplanetary war in hopes of increasing his profit margins, and he might still succeed in it.
We're still convinced that it was about profits?
The data I leaked sent a shockwave through the solar system. The source of the leak was quickly discovered, and the CDI not only fired me on the spot, but also tried to scrub me from their records and made all sorts of claims to discredit me. The Garian state scrambled to spin the narrative on the Sector 2 incident, but the data was authentic and unambiguous. 40 years ago, the Savient colony on Drovia had been sabotaged in a secret operation initiated by a handful of Gyara's top politicians, economic elites, and the CDI under the leadership of Amelia Thorne, now Attorney General and leader of the Garian Department of Justice. It became clear to me why she had tried to hide the data, fired the chief when he got too close, and ordered the arrest of Cox when she realized who he was. She is currently awaiting trial, along with a number of mostly retired politicians who were implicated in the conspiracy.
Take that, Amelia. Jerk.
Lara is free again and seems to be doing okay, but I wonder every day about the scars this experience has left behind.
Hey, we're on the roof!
Even though I know I'm not directly to blame, I will never forgive myself for inadvertently dragging her into all this. As for me, I am free again, as free as I was before, but my life is forever
They just fired
changed.
us, that's it.
Catherine and I are dating again, however crazy that sounds. Things are so different now. The world is so different that maybe something good can come of it again.
That does sound like a bad idea.
And finally, Zora. There was a moment when I thought she might have changed. I saw hesitation in her eyes, or maybe it was all in my head. Despite everything she had done, her death upset me. It took the CDI a while to find out anything about her previous life. Turns out her name used to be Elizabeth Davis. She and her friend Boyd had been picked up by the mercenaries as teenagers on the run. Both of them came from affluent Garian families, and both had been reported missing, presumed dead. When they burned her body, Zora's parents were the only ones there besides me. As I stared into the flames, I wondered what her life could have been.
So I'm guessing a lot of this stuff can change based on your actions. Like these narratives at the end. There we go. End of game.